Welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast. What? Craig. And immediately, Craig craps out. That's fine. We don't need him.
That's a good way to start the episode.
Craig is like, no, I won't record. Fuck you, Craig. All we need is me, Ben Saint, and my good friend Gamer's Tavern here.
What's long, hard, wet, and full of semen? A submarine.
God. Gamer's Tavern. I was last night. I went on the podcast Shred It, and this was a guy Pyro who I knew from the Minecraft stream, and he introduced me to Merlogic, that fucking moron.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. That's the Wonder Bread guy, right?
Merlogic is the Wonder Bread guy.
Yeah, I saw you did a episode with him.
We
I haven't listened to it yet.
Everyone hated him, and for good reason.
Yeah, I looked at the comments.
Lamau.
And people
very
didn't seem
funny,
too happy.
Very funny, very amusing to me. The plan worked perfectly. But I went on that guy Pyro. He has his podcast Shred It. It's not only his, there are other people, whatever. I went on Shred It and we talked about adultery. We went on r/adultery and we read tales from adulterers that wanted to post online about their adultery. And you just reminded me of one of the stories that I was particularly aggrieved by, and I'll sum it up for you here. The story basically went: man who is cheating on his wife goes to the grocery store and gets a call from his wife, and the wife says, "Honey, pick me up an avocado." And he says, "What kind?" And she says, "A big hard one." And he smirks impishly and says, well, he's like, I'm going to amuse my wife, who, remember, I have been cheating on for years now, but I'm gonna give her a treat. She's earned a treat, so I'm gonna show her a good time. And he says, "I got a big hard one for you right here." And his wife, who obviously loathes him, obviously detests this man, and cannot fucking stand to hear him say anything at all, she says, "Why would you say that?" And he is like, oh, I can't believe that. Can't believe my joke didn't get appreciated. And then, so he calls up his mistress, or in the parlance of r/adultery, his AF, or affair partner. And he says, "Hey, sweetie Bushel, if I said, I got a big hard one, what would you say?" And she says, "I got a big hard one for you right here." And he says, "Oh my God, this is why I cheat. This is what it's all about. She's such a free spirit, such a wonderful soul. You know, she's got such a glowing sense of humor. She understands me. We get each other. She appreciates me. This woman appreciates me. Not like my dumb wife, who hates me who have been cheating on for decades and hates me for some reason. You know, this woman gets me, and thank you, r/adultery, for getting me this woman who appreciates my biting wit."
But that's what I need.
Anyway, what I'm saying that you are this man.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not true. It's not true. You're a man of good, upstanding, moral character, Gamer's Tavern, and I know that because you are here now on the podcast with me, unlike everyone else who has abandoned their posts, left me to defend the Alamo against the arm with a single cannon.
I basically saved this from being another solo Bencast.
I guess it would have been another solo Bencast. Other people were supposed to be here. We even had another guest lined up. There was another guest who was supposed to come on this week, and just nobody's here. And I do not understand it, but it's okay. We're gonna be fine. All right. The show must go on.
Well, maybe eventually it's just going to be just us running the entire thing.
God, I hope so. I hope so. It's squatters' rights. You know, if nobody shows up to the podcast for long enough, it becomes our podcast.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
That's the rule.
That's why you basically run the show now, because Nate doesn't show up anymore, right?
Basically.
But you know, it's funny because the first time I was on in 2018, I believe it was Nate who invited me on.
I think that's probably right. But
And back then, I didn't know who he was, or I didn't know anything about the PCP itself. So it was I had to do a lot of research before I came on back then.
Oh yeah. You had to dig up all our skeletons.
But I did know of you.
Had to make sure none of us had ever said the N-word.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we disappointed you.
Yeah, but
we couldn't do it.
I did know about you and Jesse and Gib before I was on. But I didn't know that you three knew each other and that you all did a podcast together. That I discovered later.
You knew me and Jesse and Gib.
Yeah, I knew you from Twitter.
Those... Because
you followed me on
okay,
Twitter and you tweeted stuff.
Yeah.
And I knew Gib and Jesse because they left comments on my videos. And I checked out their channels back then.
I never leave comments on videos. I almost never do that.
I don't really do that either anymore.
Yeah. Twitter though. I'll leave a comment on Twitter. I'll leave a reply thread on Twitter.
Yeah, I see you've been pretty active on Twitter.
I've been too active on Twitter. It fucking sucks.
Hey, you should probably hold back on that. Twitter's not it's not too great of a place to spend all your time.
No, it's bad. But I'm just so powerless in my life.
But you know,
Twitter gives me the illusion that I can affect change.
Yeah, but I saw something kind of interesting about the Wonder Bread guy. Because I looked at the comments of the video that you posted with him, and most of the comments that mentioned him were pretty negative.
Yes.
But then on Twitter, I think you tweeted or somebody tweeted the episode on Twitter, and the comments on Twitter.
I did and Digi did.
Right. So the comments on Twitter were actually pretty positive or neutral. I hardly saw anything negative. So
there were a lot more comments than there were Twitter replies, though.
Yeah, but it was just interesting how on Twitter it was mostly positive and neutral, and in your comment section it was mostly negative.
I mean, there's, you know, I don't want to go too hard on it because I pretty much agreed with every comment on last week. I was right there with those commenters. Like, yeah, yes, correct. But our comment section is a pretty negative place pretty often.
Yeah,
so,
that's why I'm surprised.
You know,
I didn't get very many negative comments both times that I was on.
We get you know, it's fine. It's not a problem. But yeah, we get a lot of good faith criticism down in the comments. We get a lot of people saying giving us helpful tips on how we can improve the show.
Yeah, I remember one of the comments I read on the last episode I was on. They were like, "Oh yeah, that Gamers Tavern guy back when the PSP used to be good."
The good old days. Yeah.
The funny thing is, back when I first was on in 2018, even back then, I saw comments on that episode that I was on that was like, "The PCP is on a downward spiral. It's not as good as it used to be." You know, even back then, in the good old days.
Yeah, you know, life is basically just one big decline into nothingness.
Well, if you want to look at it that way, I guess so.
And that's just PCP is no exception.
Yeah. Although I do
So
think sometimes people will they will have a better opinion of the past than is actually realistic.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think so for sure.
But
Uh,
as far as the
yeah.
PCP is concerned, they're probably correct in this case.
I mean, when I mean, just anything that's like more exciting in a way. Everything, you know, novelty is just fun, and so like just when a thing's newer, it's kind of just more exciting, like by default. Uh, you
Right.
know, what can you do?
Yeah, that
Uh,
reminds me actually. I think that's the reason why, in my opinion, the Game Grumps are not good anymore
hmm.
because
I mean, I haven't watched a Game Grump in forever.
when John was on, the Game Grumps, in my opinion, was pretty good, and then when he left, it
Yep.
started to be less good. But I don't think that's
Yeah.
because of John leaving. I think that's just because the novelty wore off, and they were no longer excited about the project they were doing.
Man, I don't know. I listened to a bunch of Game Grumps. Like, I think I listened to a bunch like pretty shortly post Dan swap. So like the first Game Grumps I ever really listened to was a bunch of like early Dan, and I thought that was pretty good. And then I went back and I listened to John and Aaron, and I thought that was pretty good. And then I maybe listened to a little more Dan, and I was like, yeah, this is good. And then I just stopped listening because, like, yeah, I get it.
Well, I checked out some of the newer episodes. I go back every once in a while just to check on them because I used to like
hmm.
them a lot. And
Yeah.
now I find it really difficult to listen to the newest ones because you can kind
Mm.
of tell that both Aaron and Dan don't, their heart's just not in it anymore.
That's a bummer.
It's
That's
like,
that's not a good feeling.
it's become like a typical 9 to 5 job for them.
Yeah, I mean, how could it not? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
that's
don't
literally
blame
what it
them.
is.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah.
that for years and still care about it.
You must settle into a routine at some point.
But they have to feign interest. They have to pretend that they still are
Yeah,
as
yeah.
into it as before.
Yeah, of course. I
For the
mean, of
sake of the
course.
audience.
For the sake of the audience.
But in my
Oh
opinion,
God.
I don't know. This is controversial to say, but I think
Hmm.
Dan should pull a John and leave Game Grumps and do his own projects.
I mean, Dan did his own projects before, and I
Yeah,
mean,
but I
some of
mean
them
like
were kind of
focus on them
successful. Hmm.
because he has his own band.
Yeah, he's always had his own band.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine if he just did that full time instead of splitting his time between that and Game Grumps.
I mean, I kind of he already kind of does both, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I would prefer to see him do more of the music stuff, which I think is
Hmm.
better.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because you're only one person, you can't do um, too much at a time. It's like if he just focused 100% on the music, he could probably make more music and better music,
Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps.
as opposed
I
to
don't know.
dividing his
It's
time.
it's it's not necessarily the case that like if he had more time to do it, that he would do more of it or make better. Like it's some. I mean, it could just be that like I don't know. Maybe Game Grumps takes enough of his time that the amount that he's got left over is, give or take the amount that he likes to spend on music. And if he spent more time than that on music, it would be less productive,
Yeah, I
Some
suppose that's a
some
good point.
it's possible.
But
I don't know. I
I
don't
think
really
that's
I
why
don't
that's
yeah.
why John claims to have left Game Grumps because he wanted more time to work
Mm,
on his own content. So I'm just going by that
yeah.
logic. But of
Hmm.
course, that might have not been why he left.
No, I don't think so. Nah, there was bad blood, right? There was bad blood.
Possibly, it's never been confirmed.
Yeah. Um, you know, I'm not a huge fan of like Dan's music. I'm not a big Ninja Sex Party fan, honestly. So and I'm
Uh,
also not a big Game Grumps fan anymore, so I guess I don't give a fuck what he does.
I
Like
actually
whatever.
do like Dan's music. I think it kind of reminds me
Hmm.
of like Seinfeld if it was music. It's my kind of humor.
I mean, I haven't listened to a ton of it. I've listened to some, and I thought, like back in the day, I heard the Unicorn Wizard one, and I was like, that's pretty funny. And then I've heard other songs since then, and usually I just am like, okay, it kind of just feels the same.
I guess it's true that
Uh,
it's all kind of themed after a similar thing. But
yeah.
there are a couple of songs he's done that I really like. One of them, for
Hmm.
obvious reasons, is I think it's called Objects of Desire, and it's basically all
Huh.
puns.
Objects of desire. Okay. Okay.
It's the entire song is puns, so obviously I'm a huge fan.
Can you give us a sample? Can you
Uh,
what are some good lines?
well, I didn't memorize any of the lines, unfortunately.
Okay.
I memorize my
Okay.
own stuff, but I don't memorize other people's stuff.
Okay. All right. I know you're shy. I get it. It's fine. You don't. No. 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 You don't have to.
No,
You
I
don't have to
just
do
don't.
anything.
I legitimately don't remember. I think there's one
All
line in
right.
it because every song he does has a plot, kind of.
Mm, yeah.
So the plot is that he moved in with this new girlfriend he got, and then he
Mm-hmm.
reveals the secret that he's having sex with all her objects, and
Mm.
all the puns are on based on that. So I think there's one that's like I'm going down on your stairs, which is
Ah, okay. Got it.
great,
Yeah.
and
That's pretty good.
I'm
That is pretty
slamming
good.
your door.
All right. Okay.
So
I see.
that gets the official Gamers Tavern seal of approval.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, that's reasonable.
And I think
Reasonable.
another song that he did that I really like, just because of how absurd it is. Um, it's like the story of it is funny, and it sounds pretty good too. But it's like a story where he sets up a woman's rights seminar or something like that, and by
Nice.
giving them
Solidarity.
empowering messages. But the thing is, the
Mm-hmm.
empowering message he gives them is just that they can do him. You know,
Mm. Yeah,
if they work
sure.
hard enough, someday they'll get to be able to
It's like
sleep with a ninja sex
bootstrap their
party.
way up. Very
And
nice.
then
It's true.
they all get really upset and grossed out and start to leave. So it's
Unbelievable. The audacity. Yeah.
it's that kind of it's basically just uh, in my mind is like the George Costanza relationship comedy,
Mm-hmm.
but in musical
Mm.
band form.
Mm. Mm. What did
Men
you think?
trying to go after women and striking out in funny ways and
Mm-hmm.
coming up with elaborate schemes to get with women.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that.
Story of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that type of comedy.
Did you ever listen to Starbomb?
Yeah, I listened to it.
You must have.
Um,
What'd you think of it? I thought the first album was all right. It had a couple of catchy songs, and I thought the second one was pretty underwhelming, and I didn't listen to it much.
I wasn't.
Not that I listened to the first one a ton either,
I thought
but
it was all
yeah,
fine, but I wasn't really that into it.
yeah.
Which is
I don't know
ironic
why. I
because I'm
just
supposed to be the gamers tavern.
I I guess this like it came out like at the time. The first one came out like when I was sort of into listening to Gamers Tavern or lol. Who would listen to Gamers Tavern?
Nobody.
When I was listening to Game Grumps. Yes, Game Grumps. So I was like obligatorily okay, they put an album. Gotta go check the album out. And I did. And I was like, okay, this is fine. All right, this is fine. And I don't remember any of the songs. And there's the one that's about Street Fighter, and there's maybe a Castlevania one.
Yeah, I don't
I don't.
remember any of
I
the
don't
specific
know.
songs, but I vaguely recall one. I think about Final Fantasy VII or Metal Gear Solid. Maybe it was a mixture of
Mm,
all those
those are.
games in one song.
Oh, there's one that just there's one that just like goes from like game to game to game, right? It's just like a
Yeah.
bunch of.
You know, it's weird, but I have trouble these days enjoying gaming content. I'm not really I'm just not into gaming based content on YouTube as much anymore.
I I think I could listen to I I have an endless appetite for long videos of some guy explaining why Sonic Adventure 2 is good.
Oh,
Specifically that one
that
game.
sounds
And I've never even played it. I don't know why.
sounds kind of like Cyber Show.
Um I mean yeah, yeah, but he's like he's I mean he's far from the only one. There's a whole cottage industry of long videos where some guy explains why Sonic Adventure 2 is a good video
I
game.
didn't realize that was such a big industry.
It is. There's
Maybe I should
I
make
don't
one.
know. King K had one. Running Shine did one.
Hmm.
Cyber Shell did one.
I've heard of King K, I think.
King K's fine. He's fine. Um he's the guy who's always like, and I certainly hope you have some well-deserved fun today.
Well,
Uh
that's
there's
nice of
at
him.
the end of every Krug Smash video, Krug Smash ends his videos with "Until next time, you bearded bastards," and then he whistles, and I can't whistle, but their voices are like kind of the same tone. So sometimes he'll say that. Sometimes I think he'll gonna say, uh, "Until next time, you bearded bastards, I certainly hope you have some well-deserved fun today." Whoop, whoop, whistle, and he never does it. He never does. It's fucked up.
Hmm. Well, uh, I had a. It's kind of weird how I have such a disdain for gaming content nowadays online, considering you know, I'm running a gaming thing.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I don't read comics or anything, and I guess I like make them or something. I
uh,
used to. I don't know.
I guess we have a lot in common.
Yeah. I just hate art. I hate all human endeavor, actually.
Yeah, same. Well, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just
good.
drop Endeavor and just leave human.
Yeah, that too. Sure. It's different. No, humans are good. No, no, I like humans. No, no, no. I'm pro-human. I'm
Well,
pro-human, but I just wish they would stop doing things. I
well,
don't like
you're a little
doing
bit more
things.
optimistic than I am.
If they would just quit doing shit, everything would be fine. Uh, it looks like Cheesy is trying to join. I don't know if he's gonna join. I guess he'll just join late. That's fine.
Well,
Should we
I'm
let him
fine
in?
with whatever.
We should we'll let him in. It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
it's your boat that you're
It
running
is
on
my
here.
it is my boat. It's my boat, and what I say goes. Um, man, what did I just listened to. No, I fucking watch gaming content. The other day I watched a bunch of Jim Sterling, and I made myself sad thinking about what if Jim Sterling died, like Total Biscuit, Lamau.
Well, I used to watch Jim Sterling occasionally in the past, and I think he's pretty good. I guess I don't know what he does
I
now,
really
but
like him a lot. I really like him a lot.
I just like people with British accents.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I try not to let it I try not to let it persuade
I'm
me.
also a big fan of
Jim
Yahtzee.
Jim doesn't really have like a smart British accent. Jim has like a dumb British accent. So it doesn't count. Cheesy, welcome. You arrived. You're
I'm
here.
fucking here. Oh my
You're on the
god.
Procrastinators
was
podcast.
yeah, I woke up late in my hotel bed because I showed up to New England, and then my taxi was running late, and I showed up to the PCP HQ building, and there's a security guard out in the front, and he was hassling me. I'm like, no, I'm a guest on today's episode, and he's like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. It was a whole ordeal.
I left my VIP pass in my other clown pants.
Yeah. No, I left it back at the hotel, and then when I drive back, and I called Ben, and I interrupted him while they were recording another episode, and he had to come down and explain to the security guard for me to be let inside the building. It was
he was fired.
Fucking ordeal.
No benefits.
Clowns.
No benefit.
Well, two hyenas were eating a clown, and one says to the other, "Does this taste funny to you?"
Oh my god.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
Your response?
My response is one of the clowns is one of the hyenas a female?
Possibly.
Okay, well she grows her giant hyena penis and she says, "Shut the fuck up, bitch," and then fucks him.
Yeah.
Which is very accurate to
that's a pretty good
hyena.
name.
Do you know hyena biology, Gamer Tavern?
Not really.
The female hyena grows, like her clitoris grows massive, like the size of a penis.
She knots him?
Yeah, she knots him.
Yeah, I think I have heard of this from somewhere. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I wish humans could do that.
It's kind of based.
It is kind of base. Like,
really get right.
It's kind of unfair that God gave like animals all the cool dicks, and we got the lame dicks.
Human dick is pretty fucking sick. Human dick. No, I'm gonna stick my neck out for human dick.
I don't know, Cheesy. Have you ever tried human dick? It kind of changes your world.
And you know the best human dick. Circumcised, baby.
Whoa, hold up. See, this is why I was brought on. This is why I brought on, because I am the elusive, uncircumcised guest. Finally,
the fuck off my show.
I am here, right?
Fuck off.
No, wait, we don't. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't really want to argue about this. I'll just say one.
You fucking Gentile.
I'll just say one statement. I just want to make one statement. All right. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So
sure.
So it's no rumor. Ben circumcised, confirmed, right?
Sad but true.
Right. Okay. And and Ben circumcised. There's only 2 Vapors books. Cheesy. Uncircumcised. There's 4 chapters of Villainverse. What? That's crazy. That's how
numbers don't lie.
The number. That's just math, right? Yeah, exactly. Like
he got you there.
Yeah, in my foreskin, that's where I keep the extra chapters of Villainverse.
Did I forget to buy chapter 3
I don't
and
know.
4?
I don't know.
I got 1 and 2.
4's not out yet, actually. It's gonna be.
I may have forgotten to buy number 3.
Hopefully, it's out by today. Actually, wait, you're a patron, so you get number 3 for free.
Am I a patron?
Yeah, you're a patron of my Patreon. I'm pretty sure.
That's fucking epic.
Yeah, if you go
fucking epic.
If you go on my Patreon, it's probably one of the last or third posts. The only thing I post on the Patreon anymore is Villainverse chapters. So you're gonna get number 4 for free, hopefully by Friday, which is today, right? By the time this comes out.
Yes. And this will be coming out on Friday.
And it would also be the last day to pre-order your own physical copy of Villainverse. That's right, it's on sale. Links in the description. You fill out your form.
In the description.
You get your own.
Shouldn't we try to explain who the guest is to the viewers in case somebody doesn't know?
Yeah, we should probably. That's smart. That's smart. Gamer.
I guess I just assumed that people know. Cheesy Manfredo is a clown.
That is me. I am the
clown. What more is there to say?
I've been Pete. I'm what the cool kids like to call PCP adjacent, right?
Oh,
so there's
I guess
an author of Monkey Jones' favorite webcomic, Bongo and Luna.
Monkey Jones did say when Monkey Jones, I think he interviewed Pickle Ree. You guys remember Pickle Ree? God damn,
of course.
That was like fucking 3 years ago. On that video where he interviewed Pickle Ree at the end, he expresses his love of Bongo and Luna. I totally did not pay him $15 to say that.
No, of
I
course
did not do that. And
No, this notion is
yeah,
ludicrous.
what kind of asshole like markets their comic with money?
I
Yeah, I
can't
don't know
even
anyone who
think
does
of
that.
a
You have
single.
to be like a piece of shit, dude.
Agreed.
A real
Agreed.
artist is on Twitter talking about how much depression they have and how much, oh, I wish I could make a comic, but I'm so depressed. That's how you really market your webcomic.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Because it's relatable.
It's really, yeah,
You know?
exactly. You're like, well, this person has depression. I'm gonna check out their comic. Oh wait, they don't got one.
This person's just like me. They suck. Let me see what they make.
I hot take. I don't have depression, so it's kind of a struggle for me to promote my webcomic.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I can't relate to the masses.
Wait, you don't? That's weird.
Yeah, I was born different, if you will. Uncircumcised, if you will, and I think that probably like affected me not having depression. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly.
I unfortunately, tragically, I was born depressed, circumcised, and vaccinated. So,
Oh no!
Yeah, all
the
bad,
deck was stacked.
You got all.
The deck was.
Got all
It
the
was a
bad
hat
stuff.
trick.
Well, I'm not perfect either. I'm vaccinated as well, so you know,
Damn.
not everyone's perfect. Ben, it's okay. I'm no god, Ben. I am human as you too. I mean, if it helps, I was born brown in America, and that's kind of like
Thank you.
that's like kind of having a debuff in America. You know, if you're straight and white, that's like might as well. You're like what would be a perfect word? You're already like ahead of us a couple levels. You know.
You're like it's like that's like you got the World of Warcraft demo pack, and they give you like the XP boost, you know, so you level up faster.
Yeah,
you know, the first 20 levels, it's like that.
Yes.
You get those first 20 levels for free.
Straight white boys get that bonus XP pack, but if they turn trans, because WoW hates trans people, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we're gonna take those back, my guy. Fun fact.
You know, it's just the way of the world, you know?
Word.
There's nothing for it. It's just immutable law of the universe.
I think I was also
easy come, easy go.
I was also brought on this episode to kind of balance it out from last episode. Cause you guys have like a Nazi as a guest on the last episode, and then up there in PCPHQ they were like, oh, now we gotta bring a lefty, you know, to balance it out, and I'm very left.
Cringe.
Well, at least nobody can accuse you of having an echo chamber now.
Exactly. I'm the opposite of echo chamber. I purposely try to like make tweets that piss off people, so I get a bunch of like people shitting on me, right? And I'll be like, finally, different opinions.
This podcast is already communist propaganda.
True that.
That's just the way I like it. Yeah. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, in the previous episode, you apparently had somebody who wasn't
a communist.
Yeah.
You can't win. Well, Ben brought him on, and if you've seen the last episode, you don't have to watch it. I'll run it down for you. Ben had an epic debate against Logic, and he explained to him why he should stop being a Nazi, should stop being a right winger. He explained to him why the Mr. Medicare conspiracy theory is fake, and he shouldn't believe Mr. Medicare. And then Logic. Yeah.
We had a calm and reasonable discussion about it. We all coolly, you know, we without prejudice laid out the facts on the table and examined them thoroughly and came to the only logical conclusion.
Sounds amazing. I should have listened to it.
Yeah, and then Murlogic's like, Ben, you're right. For now on, I'm only commissioning POC women feeding the poor. That's my fetish now. And Ben is the POC women feeding the poor.
He wouldn't like that because
no, but you convinced him because you convinced him to stop being a Nazi, and he's like, you're right, Ben. And then his fetish went in reverse.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, all right. It's like opposite land.
But personally, the only thing I know about him is the Wonder Bread stuff. I don't know anything else about him outside of that.
He didn't really go into like things. He just said one thing he would say every now and then would give a pretty. He's like, okay, I see where this.
If you're a high bread tube consumer like me, if you're a big brain bread tuber,
You can see the signs.
Consumer. Yeah, you could catch what we in the industry like to call dog whistles.
You can smell it.
Yeah,
you can smell it on him.
He God, while I was watching that episode, like the way he talked, I was thinking like he sounds like a Dick Show guest. Like he has that cadence to it.
I mean,
like,
he literally was that.
Right. I mean, I guessed that before you said that he was, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. I think someone in the comments called it the white libertarian voice.
Yes, and you know what? I can think of at least one other person who has the same voice, and yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
I think that's where I first learned of him. I listened to a clip of him on the Dick Show. I think because I don't listen to the Dick Show, but sometimes I watch the clips, and I thought, wow, this guy is weird.
Yeah.
But it is the internet.
He's weird and he's pretty annoying.
I'm not surprised he exists. I'm not.
No.
I'm not surprised. But he's a wacky dude. Shout out to Merlogic.
What else is there really to say?
Merlogic, it's capitalism. That's the problem.
Shout out to Merlogic. We'll have you back on the show anytime. Merlogic, we love you. Thanks for coming on the show. You brightened our lives and our hearts.
I think it's cool to have
and God
weird
bless you.
Guests on every once in a while.
I agree. No, I agree. Honestly, like the people complain, like the people complaining in the comments. Like I understand not liking Merlogic, but I don't see why that's a bad thing. Like why is other than the fact that his story was really long and annoying.
That's how he tells shows. That's how he tells stories on the Dick Show. You got to tell them longer than they actually are.
Hey
terrible.
Guys, what's going on?
Whoa,
Give and take.
There she is.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Base.
How long have you been going?
40 minutes.
Oh, no problem.
Crazy.
I was just busy with a little thing called shirking my responsibilities and not looking at anything at all day.
You didn't tell Cheesy when we record.
I was gonna do that.
Well, when?
Well,
after the episode was over.
No.
Nice.
Before the episode. Look, I just didn't turn on my computer all day, and I was having fun with family. So that's my
despicable.
Bad.
And
frankly, that's despicable.
First mistake: you live with your family. That's a no-no.
It's the holidays. It's the December time.
Wow.
Fucking Europeans all living with family. You should be like Americans and bootstrap your way out into a house with like 7 other dudes you never met before.
Unironically, I'm literally living in a house with 7 other dudes right now.
Good. You know what?
Oh,
good.
God.
It's nice.
I'm living the Ben Sate lifestyle.
Now this is going to be kind of a full house.
It's nice, except when I decide that I want some fried chicken at 1 a.m. and I tenderize the meat in the kitchen and it's so loud that it wakes people up and they all yell at me. Except for that, it's great. It's good. It's good. I promise.
That's every house, unless you're completely alone.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Fuck them, Ben. You want some fried chicken? All the fried chicken places are closed at 1. How are you gonna get fried chicken? You got to make it.
Gotta make it.
Yeah, exactly.
And God forbid it not be tenderized.
Yeah, the Chad move is to just make the fried chicken and wake everybody up. Fuck them.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's exactly what I did.
Gotta get all those gains.
And it was delicious.
Exactly. See, Gamer Tavern knows.
Yeah, he knows about gains.
Oh wait,
I haven't worked out in a week. I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm losing my gains. Actually,
I don't work out. I'm going for.
I had started working out. I was doing pretty good, but I've slipped a little bit. I haven't worked out this week. It's bad. I gotta get back on it.
What do you usually do for your workout regimen?
Squat and I've just been squatting and benching.
Squat. Is your ass thick now? Is it big? Is it a big ass? No.
It's normal.
Damn, that sucks.
It's normal. It
may come as
could be bigger.
It may come as a surprise, but I actually work out almost every single day now.
Nice.
What do you do? What's your routine?
Basically everything. I've got a schedule. I do
Just
arms.
24/7, just all muscles clenched all the time.
He's running right now as he's recording this podcast.
But I wish, but I do like one day arms, one day legs, one day shoulders, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Do you do it in a gym?
I used to, but now, because of COVID, I've been doing it at home. I have a bunch of weights and stuff at home.
He's been doing it back at the tavern, as his name implies.
Back at the tavern.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was working out
kegs.
sort of quite consistently a while ago, but I'd stopped.
And then
I just continued to stop.
Remember when Mary called you a bitch boy?
Whoa, what the fuck?
That was epic.
Something like that, yeah.
That was literally epic.
Whoa.
That was a wild conjecture. They didn't have any evidence to support their claims.
They didn't. And they
you always need evidence.
Yeah. What's this Mary know? He's not real. He's a VTuber.
That's right.
They're not human. I don't consider them human.
No. Danes neither.
Oh, exactly. Especially the Danish.
Is he Danish or is he Finnish? He's Danish.
He's Finnish when I'm done with him, am I right?
I was going to make that joke.
Oh, damn.
Okay, alright, so I've come in late. What have you already talked about?
We talked about Game Grumps for a while. We talked about gaming content on YouTube in general and how Gamers Tavern is sick of it. We talked about Villainverse and Bongo and Luna a little bit. Talked about
we haven't
circumcision,
really...
obviously.
I want to talk a bit about Bongo and the cheesy verse. What cheesy's been working, because I've been following you on a few things, and you have been pumping out Villainverse pages and chapters, it's quite impressive, incredible, in fact.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I guess people don't know me for the cheesy and the PCP lore goes way back when I made a call that was made a voice call to the PCP where I was actually secretly shilling Bongo Luna the whole time, and Ben figured it out dead away. And then I made another one. See, because Ben recognized real. He knows when someone's shilling. Cause
game recognizes game.
Exactly right. Like he saw that. He's all like this mother. You ever seen the ending of Nightcrawler?
No.
It's literally the ending of Nightcrawler. I'm the Mexican who's in the car accident with the gun, and Ben Saint is Jake Gyllenhaal. And it looks like I'm gonna shoot Ben Saint Jake Gyllenhaal, but I don't because I recognize him as a psychopath just like me. So
nice.
So basically, after I pulled myself out of that car accident, I invited Ben onto my podcast, the Cheesy Cast. That was fun. You should check that out. It's the first episode of the Cheesy Cast with Ben Saint, and it's actually probably perfect to watch it now because we're at the end of that podcast. Ben says everything he's gonna do up to this point, right? So it's a good way to check to see if Ben went out and did all his promises.
Oh God. I probably did.
It's a good way to keep tabs on him.
Yeah, you gotta keep tabs on Ben because he won't do it himself.
I can't believe you got Ivy Adams on the Cheesy Cast. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, that was extremely because I was talking to another. Ivy Adams is the creator of a comic called Pinky and Pepper. Actually, you might like that, Gib. I'll send you a link to it.
I bet you would like Pinky and Pepper. Ivy Adams is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
I can't even believe it.
I love Ivy Adams. She's a cool person. And no, she was really easy because I was talking to another friend of mine. I was saying like, yeah, I'm gonna email her right now, and then she's all like, just DM her, and I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, if you DM her, she replies to anybody. And then they showed me a screenshot of them just DMing them like a random thing, and she just replies, and I'm like, oh, okay.
That's
so I just DM'd her, and it took a minute because she doesn't like clowns. At this point I'm like it's a struggle. It's a handicap I gotta live with, you know. Yeah, furries, their handicap, you know, a lot of people don't like furries. I'm the same, you know, like I got the clown thing. A lot of people don't like clowns. But getting Ivy, after moving past that, getting her on was really cool. But anyway, so at that point, I think I stopped doing Bongo and Luna, which was like my slice of life fetish comic on Webtoon. And yeah, it was pretty. It wasn't that fetishy. It's
not that fetishy. It's monster girls and clowns, and there's some kind of lewd humor, some crude humor, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
It's not like a horny comic.
It's not too horny.
Maybe a little
it's
bit.
well, like it's kind of like it has there's a dynamic. So Bongo is like the mature one, and like Luna is like the horny one, and that's basically the dynamic. That's like the backbone of the whole series, right? If you ever seen Key and Peele? I mean, it's just
a little bit.
I mean, besides Key and Peele, I mean, like, have you ever just any like routine, any comedy bit? There's always like the serious guy and the silly guy, you know? Like that's just yeah, exactly.
Man and Fool. That's called, I believe.
Yes, exactly.
Classic.
Yeah, so that's basically Bongo and Luna, right? And it wasn't making me that much money.
No.
Because
there's no money in comics.
That's unironically true. Don't do comics if you want to make money. If that's like your first goal, you're fucked. Unless you're like Merryweather, who's just fucking wild, who's just crazy, who's off the chain.
There's no money in doing anything online unless you're super popular.
True.
Merryweather just has a compulsion to. Merryweather's brain is just wired so that he is like. I think he just genuinely loves like, hey, what if this meme was an anime girl? Like, I think that's just what he likes.
That's his bread and butter.
It just happens to be it just happens to be like the perfect, like lowest common denominator. Like everybody can appreciate the appeal of it. The most marketable thing in the universe.
I seen him when he was on the podcast. He said like I wanted to get him on my podcast at one point, right? But that hasn't happened because he hasn't accepted my friend request on Discord.
I told him to.
Yeah, I know.
And he said he would. He said he would.
It's been like months.
I guess it has.
Nah, you should just make like a group chat and just add me into it or whatever. But anyway,
maybe
it's just that I think what's lucky about Merryweather is that he had like the money to back him up to just get the first one done, and he just had the kind of like there's a certain it takes an amount of
startup capital,
and also some balls to do what he did, because he like how he said like, oh, I basically just like DM'd like over 200 artists and see who would bite, right?
Yeah,
because that's crazy, because I mean logically eventually someone's gonna take the bait, right? And I think another thing with Merryweather is that I think he unironically likes all that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what he likes.
Yeah,
is this incredibly marketable stuff.
I watched another interview with him that Webtoons did. Because there was a couple of questions you guys didn't ask him, and I was still like, and I was like, oh, I'll ask him these questions for my podcast. But then I found that he answered these questions on other interviews, and one of them he said like someone asked him, where do you get your ideas from? And then he said that he literally watches the first episode of every seasonal anime, and then he just takes concepts. And he's like, oh, I could explore this concept, and I'm like, that explains so much, because all of his stuff just feels like seasonal anime.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Ideas usually come from you usually need something for inspiration. Almost all ideas have an origin.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I do that too when I like watch movies and I'm like, ooh, this is a cool concept. I wish this was like expanded on, or I'll just expand it like in a fan fiction or something. And speaking of stealing concepts, we gotta talk about Villainverse now. And I guess what should I explain it, or should one of you guys try to explain it? See what the vibe
Villainverse?
is. Yeah.
I think I've only read the first issue.
Did you read the prologue and chapter 1?
I read the prologue and chapter 1, yeah. So
okay.
there's this goblin guy with the big tusks.
Yeah.
And he's the big bad guy. He's like, I'm the #1 villain, as is ranked on this thing. I forget if he made the thing.
He made it. It's like this giant ethereal list that just exists on the at the edge of the universe, and the names on it just keep shifting because, like, depending how evil you are, you move down on the rank or whatnot. Or if you just straight up die, you disappear from the list, right? And he's,
so it's for like a bragging rights competition to see who can be the most evil and dastardly, devilish person on the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's like the backbone of the series. It's really if you read the prologue, it starts mostly as a feud between like the character Gib just explained, his name is the villain. Like that's his name, right? And he has this feud with the devil, like the literal devil is like a character in this universe. And they're trying to compete to see who's the most evilest. And throughout the story, like the villain has this very over elaborate 4D like Death Note Kira style plan that we're gonna see him like pull off, right? And I know exactly how it's gonna end. And I guess the only spoiler I could give about how it's gonna end, it's gonna parallel the prologue in chapter 1 like a lot, right? Like a book ending, right? I'm a big fan of those. So
books?
No, I don't read that shit. I don't fucking read that shit.
Does that mean you're a prologuer?
Yeah, I'm a prologist.
Like trees
Go
and
on.
shit.
Yeah.
Trees like weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we smoke weed.
If you cut down trees,
it's basically a comic about
treason.
smoking weed. Actually,
exactly.
It's a metaphor for smoking weed.
It's like everyone's competing to see how much jaywalking they can do in 1 second.
Exactly.
That's why the villain is green.
And
it's a parable.
And
weed will kill you.
And his head is in the shape of a weed leaf. You're right. It makes perfect sense.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah, Gibbs right. It is a competition to see how much jaywalking you got to do, but it's not enough. Like it's not enough that you jaywalk on your own planet. You have to move from planet to planet and jaywalk on other planets, other solar systems, until you just jaywalk so much that you rise above the ranks.
I don't see why jaywalking is illegal. Doesn't Jay deserve to walk too?
Mike doesn't let him. Mike Stokowska says, "No, Jay, stop jaywalking."
That's why he was in that wheelchair in that one episode.
Yeah, exactly. Jay, he fucking jaywalking, fucking got hit. Like, fuck you, Jay. I'll jaywalk as much as they want. And then some crazy Milwaukee like driver hit him.
Dude, Milwaukee jaywalking.
Oh my! It rhymes. It's like poetry.
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
It's like poetry. It rhymes. So what else about Villainverse? Oh yeah, and I'll just tell you how it ends right now. I'll tell you what the final.
Just spoil.
Yeah, just spoil. I'll spoil it. All right. So at the end, the villain turns to the camera. Yeah. At the end, the villain like turns to the camera and he says like, "But the real villain is capitalism."
Oh, that's a good one. Very clever.
Yeah.
The capitalist.
Yeah, it's a real thinker.
Top of the list.
It's a really nuanced, very subtle.
He blows the dust off the list to reveal that capitalism was actually at the top the whole time.
It's capitalism, the villain, then the devil, right? Oh god. But
makes you think.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to make you think. Actually, there is kind of a message in Villainverse, but it's not really revealed till like the last chapter. I believe it's gonna be more subtle. Like I have faith in my writing. I think I'm a good writer. I think. But yeah, you should check out Villainverse. It's about a bunch of crazy, wacky space villains all trying to murder each other. Meanwhile, the big bad space villain has like an elaborate plan that involves just like wiping everybody out in a specific way that you're gonna see at the end. And there's a
I gotta get chapter 3. I forgot to buy chapter 3.
Yeah, you should get chapter. You guys should tell me what you think of chapter 3. I like to hear people's feedbacks on each chapter.
I forget. I supported your Indiegogo. I forget which.
Oh yeah.
Which things did I get from that?
I think you wanted a picture of Clarissa but thick.
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah, so I drew thick Clarissa. It's one of the things you could have gotten because a couple months ago my computer was finally showing its age and I needed a new one. I'm like I can't finish Villainverse without like a new computer, so I ran a little Indiegogo for it. No, a GoFundMe. Yeah, I ran a GoFundMe for it to get a new one. Now I got this brick of a gamer PC. I don't play video games, but yeah, now I got that bullshit.
Yeah, that's nice.
That reminds me, I need to get a new tablet.
Yep.
My tablet broke, and I need a new one. I just keep not getting one.
It is time to get a new tablet. I would argue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Sad.
No, I just realized this is the first episode that I and Gib have been on in a while together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. Last time you were on, I wasn't for some reason.
That's
why
weird.
wasn't I? What did I do? Why was I?
Did Gabriel Tavern scare you off?
Yes, I was terrified.
I think maybe it's better for only one of us to be on at a time because with two of us, it's just too many puns.
Exactly.
Oh, no. You can't say that now. I'll have pressure to do puns on my end. I haven't got anything in my head right now.
Say it. Hey, Gib, you're a funny person. Why don't you tell us a joke, huh? Why don't you make us laugh, huh?
Is that internet comedian Gib? Hey, Gib, lay us a classic right now, Gib. Classic Gib.
That's a good
classic
one.
Don't laugh at me. Laugh at my joke I'm about to tell. No,
what
it's
an
so
absolute
embarrassing.
joke.
But doctor, I am give and take.
Doctor, I keep thinking I'm give and take. That's because you are.
Honk honk.
That's what the name was on file.
Oh my god. But doctor, I am Bongo and Luna.
Shut the fuck up, said the doctor as he pulls out a 44 Magnum and blasts you away.
Oh
The real Bongo and Luna was capitalism.
And unironically so, that is the message of Bongo and Luna.
I thought about any of my comics having messages.
They kind of happen by accident, really.
Yeah. What would be the message of Bailjape? That you should break out of jail and that it's fun.
Yeah, fuck the police.
It's anti-authority.
Yeah, Punk is the ultimate Antifa.
I was drawing someone requested, because I'm so stupid, I had still not completed all my Vapors doodles. I was doing like one of the last ones. Someone had requested that I just draw some lore shit, like just any lore, like new lore, and I was like, okay, and I drew some champion related stuff, and I remembered like, oh wait a minute, this premise and the setting is actually fucking based, and it was a genius to create it, and I should probably make some more of it.
That's kind of really cool about there's this whole thing with people like to think that, okay, so amateurs, right? They like to think that you need to wait for inspiration. Like a professional knows that you just got to start working and inspiration's going to hit you. You got to just have the brain rolling, right? And I feel like, I feel like what happened to you is like evidence of that, right? Yeah,
because I knew what I wanted to draw, and I started drawing, and it just got me thinking about like, oh yeah, I'm drawing this character and thinking about like them existing in the world and like what their role is in the larger setting, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's themes here. There's themes I seem to recall. Pretty cool actually.
And then they turn to the camera and they say capitalism was the problem.
And they say the real champion was capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, no way. That would blow my load. I would be like, whoa, I guess maybe I should be circumcised. I would have said that.
Sophia turns directly to the camera and says, I have become increasingly disillusioned with the white moderate who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of conflict, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice, and so on and so forth. And then just verbatim.
And then her little friend says like, whoa, what are you quoting? And she's like, X-Men 2.
That's right.
Well, X-Men 2 is pretty good.
X-Men 2 is probably the smartest movie ever made. Unironically.
Yeah, probably.
There's a chick. I don't remember.
There's a chick in that movie who has like sharp claws, and she's like, "I'm the female Wolverine," and then Wolverine's all like, there can't be a female Wolverine. That's SJW shit." And then he murders her. He murders her right in front of everybody.
Well,
you know what?
I guess he made his point.
Into laughter.
Yeah.
That's aspirational.
Yeah.
That's aspirational for me.
Yeah, you're gonna find female Ben Saint, and you're gonna love her, then murder her.
You can kill him. You find your female doppelganger. You gotta kill him before they kill you. That's...
Yeah.
That reminds me of an episode of Seinfeld where George was dating a female Jerry. Does anyone remember that?
Yeah, that sounds. You know, you could
No.
have faked that, but it sounds like a real episode.
I guess I haven't. I
It is a
thought I've
real
seen a
episode.
lot of Seinfeld, but I guess whenever you reference a Seinfeld episode, I've never seen the episode you're talking about. Maybe I haven't seen as much as I thought.
I found a DVD copy of season 1, 2 of Seinfeld in a bush when I was just walking.
But that's a
Yeah, I was
perfect place
walking.
to find it.
You know, it's back in my old neighborhood. I found a lot of like just VHS copies like in bushes for some reason. It's like yeah.
Maybe it was like somebody just thought, I don't want this anymore, but I can't think of a way to get rid of it, so I'll just throw it in a bush.
Yeah,
was it near the same place?
I think
that
it's
was all
yeah. Yeah, it's gamer. I have Gamers Have no copy of Seinfeld. But I think the logic is that you know how Gib, I don't know if they have this over where you live, but like sometimes people just leave like a couch on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah, so I think the logic is like, oh, I'm just gonna leave all this like bullshit. I think one of the best things I found, one of the best like VHSs I found was, a complete like set of like Rod Serling's favorite episodes of The Twilight Zone, and yeah, was that?
No, I was just going, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's strange.
Yeah, it is pretty strange. It was like right behind like a little dumpster as I was walking to middle school, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And I was like, and then I grabbed all of them as fast as I can, and I ran back to my house, dropped them off, and went back to school. Right, and then when I came back, I made sure to see if they work, and they do work. They're pretty good condition. But now I don't have a VHS player anymore.
That's pretty lucky.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I don't go outside anymore, so there's probably a shitload of other DVDs and VHSs
it's just piling up. Like the bush is getting slowly overtaken by VHS and DVDs.
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I was like, before I went to get into comics, I was really big into film, so I was trying to consume as much film as possible, and I would just kind of collect any VHS I would find on the street, right? But over time, I developed a taste, and I was like, I don't really gotta keep the VHSs for the movies that I don't like because they just take up too much room, you know. Like I've been really good about that recently, where I just now buy like movies that I like, or just right now I just buy comics I want to read in the moment. I don't try to buy a comic that I'll eventually read because I feel like that's a waste of money. I want to just buy something I know I'm gonna read it when I get back home.
What's the last comic you bought?
Oh my god, Jack Kirby by Tom Scioli. Do you guys...
Jack Kirby by Tom Scioli.
Do you know who Jack Kirby is?
I've heard the name.
I know that. God, he's
like
I know he's
Marvel...
a comics guy.
Yeah, he's like there wouldn't be.
Wait! He made the Kirby Crackle. He made the Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle. I love the Kirby Crackle.
Was he a DC? Was he a DC?
Yeah, he went back and forth a lot.
Okay.
But there wouldn't be like a Marvel universe without him. Like like Stan Lee, like sure he's credited as a writer, but he was more of like a glorified editor, right?
I see.
And because Stan Lee was also the only guy in comics with charisma, everybody remembers him. But I think Jack Kirby basically like saved Marvel and created. Well, like it's debatable, but he did create like the majority of the universe. There's also a rumor that he possibly created Spider-Man. Because back in the because you know Spider-Man is credited towards Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, which is true. That's still true. But what happened was that back in the day, like artists and creators would just kind of stockpile just like any superhero. Like they'll just come up with a random superhero, like oh okay, Spider-Man, and then he drew a picture of a spider themed superhero, and he just kept it in a filing cabinet. Like oh maybe later. Like, we're gonna need, like, another superhero book, and I can just pull this off, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll expand on this character, right? So he just kept that in the filing cabinet for years, and then when he went back to basically went back to save Marvel, Stan is all like, we need another superhero, and then he went for his filing cabinet. It's like, what about this Spider-Man? And then Stanley's like, I'm not really digging the design, I'm gonna get Steve Ditko to redesign it, and that's the design we have today.
That actually reminds me of the origin of Mega Man, because Keiji Inafune is often credited as the creator of Mega Man, but I think somebody else actually created him. So it's, I guess, kind of similar.
Didn't he design Mega Man?
I don't remember now if he was the one that designed it or if somebody that was working with him at the time actually did the design.
I think tell me if this is the story you heard, where Mega Man was originally like an Astro Boy game, but then they lost the license for Astro Boy, and so they had to redesign like the main Robot Boy character, and they came up with Mega Man, and I think that was a Keiji Inafune maybe.
That story sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true. I mean, I read it. I think I read it. I can't remember where I read it.
It's pretty obvious that Mega Man is inspired by Astro Boy.
Oh,
I think Inafune has stated that before.
I fucking love Astro Boy. I grew up with the Astro Boy manga that was republished by Black Horse. When I was younger, I would just keep checking out the Astro Boy manga from the library because I wanted my art style to look like that. Because it was like, I think it was one of the first comics that I read, and I'm like, whoa, you can make a comic that looks like cartoony. You don't have to make it realistic. And then I just checked all the Astro Boys out, and I just tried to copy his art style as much as I can. And this was like back in the start of middle school, and then towards the end of middle school, I was like trying to draw out of his art style. And I don't know if you could still see Osamu Tezuka's influence in my art style, but maybe barely there. But yeah.
Yeah, Astro Boy is pretty cool. I don't know too much about the lore and stuff, but I've seen it and it's cool. Actually, my first exposure to Astro Boy was the game for the Game Boy Advance, made by Treasure.
That's a Poggers game.
I heard that's a really
that game is amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of those good games that make.
Whoa!
It's one of those.
No way.
It's one of those games where like as a video game goes, it's like fun, like playing the game, but then there's a story element which is like surprisingly gripping and like makes me cry thinking about
nice.
it.
Yeah, the Astro Boy stories are like tear jerkers. They also like move like really fast. Like they'll have like an anti-war message, but at the same time, like then in the next scene, like Astro Boy's got to beat up the big robot.
Pro-war.
That's known as moral complexity.
Astro Boy is very anti-war. I mean, it came out post World War II, and Japan was very like anti-war and like why do we live just to suffer? It's basically Astro Boy.
They only say that because they lost.
That's so close. Yeah, a little loser mentality.
Well, wow, maybe.
War is actually good as long as you win.
Maybe they should have stopped being fascists and just became hardcore capitalists like us Americans.
Asians are so bad at driving. I'm starting to think that Pearl Harbor was an accident.
Oh no! I swear I've heard that exact same joke somewhere.
Actually, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Edit that.
No, it's okay. Cancel Gabriel's.
Cancel the podcast.
Cancel Gabriel's
the podcast.
No, it's okay, Gabriel Tavern. I'll vouch for you. It's all right. What was I gonna say? Something about Imperial.
I'll defend.
What was I gonna say?
Racism.
We're talking about Astro Boy.
Oh yes, Astro Boy. Pretty sick. If there's only one Astro Boy story you should read, it's probably The World's Strongest Robot. That's a good ass story.
Is that like a shonen tournament arc?
No, it's about some rich Saudi looking asshole who like who pays for the strongest robot called Pluto, and he's like this giant like devil looking robot. He has a really cool design.
Yeah, I think I remember Pluto.
Yeah, there's like a list of there's basically a list of like the most powerful robots, and Astro Boy is on that list, right? And
wait, is this the one Cyborg? Is that Cyborg 009? They all wear red.
No.
That's a different
Cyborg 09 was created by fuck. I have one of his mangas right in front of me.
It's got that Astro Boy look.
Well, because the thing is that he was the apprentice for Osamu Tezuka. Like he worked under him, okay. And then he became his equal.
Okay.
His name is Shotaro Ishinomori. He created Cyborg 009. He also basically created the Power Rangers too, and
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, he also created Kamen Rider. You guys ever heard of Kamen Rider?
Yes.
Yeah, and Kamen Rider basically has the same plot of Cyborg 009. The only difference is that in Cyborg 009, it's like a group of cyborgs, but in Kamen Rider, it's only one cyborg. fun fact.
How much do you think Mega Man is ripped off of Astro Boy? I haven't really played Mega Man games, but he looks so similar.
I don't think.
Not. I
Probably
haven't,
just.
I haven't really
I
seen
think
Astro
actually,
Boy, so I don't.
there is a heavy inspiration from Astro Boy. You know a lot about Mega Man and Astro Boy. I mean, Dr. Light is basically the guy who created Astro Boy, and
Does Astro Boy
You know,
never kill a single robot master?
No, okay, so in Astro Boy, he kind of has 2 dads almost, or he has like 3 dads technically, because the Astro Boy story is basically there was this kid, and he was like the son. He was like the son of like
Tobio, right?
Of the head. Yeah, Tobio. He was the son of the head Ministry of Science guy. I forget his name, but he was voiced by Nicolas Cage in the movie. Anyway, Nicolas Cage dad, who kind of looks like Dr. Wily, like a proto Dr. Wily. Like, his son was driving and got into a car accident and died. And then he's all like, oh no, my son. He's like, oh no, I know, I'll build a robot son who's better and has a shitload of superpowers. So he builds his robot son.
I wish my dad had said that to me.
Yeah, when Ben Saint died, I wish his dad was like, I'll build a better son.
And he did, and his name was Nate Bestman.
Oh my!
Yeah, you're right.
It's in the name. That's why he has the Bestman name. Oh my god! It's lore finally explained.
That's why you can't see. He covers his eyes because you can see the circuitry through his pupils.
That's why you two can no longer be in the same podcast.
Right. Exactly.
We're technically legally the same person.
So he built his robot son, and then he's like, oh, I love my robot son, and until he stops loving his robot son, because he's only pretending to be human. I hate him. Get out. I hate you, robot son.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Right, exactly. And then his robot son gets adopted by the new head of the Ministry of Science, who basically looks like Dr. Light, only with a huge nose.
Yeah.
And he's all like, I'm gonna teach you how to be a good boy. Your name is Astro Boy now. You're like a superhero and shit.
And I'm pretty sure.
Wait, what was that? Did you say my name is Asshole Boy? Okay, I'll be an asshole.
He's called Asshole Boy.
Isn't there a character in Astro Boy that's like Proto Man from Mega Man, or the other?
Atlas.
There's a couple of yeah. Atlas is like the anti-Astro Boy, but I know in the anime he shows up pretty early on, but in the manga, which I'm more familiar with, he shows up like way later. And Astro Boy is pretty sick.
I think
he's
Astro
cool.
Boy is kind of like a Mega Man with a much more detailed, complex plot. Because Mega Man just takes the basic premise of Astro Boy. It doesn't really go too in depth on anything.
A lot of messaging. So like basically in Astro Boy's world, this is kind of crazy that like he was doing this like way before even like I think even the start of the civil rights movement. Osamu Tezuka was writing like robots were so abundant in Astro Boy's world that they're their own ethnicity at this point. Like they're their own minority group, right? Who wants like rights and whatnot.
Yeah, that's like the plot of Mega Man X.
Yeah, basically. And in Astro Boy's world, like, usually there'd be a bad robot, but they're only bad because they had, like, a bad creator or were designed with evil purposes. There's, like, a big thing in Astro Boy where it's, like, the more human a robot looks, the more human it'll be and the more good it will be. But if you make a robot look like a gun, it's gonna be a gun, right? And then it's just gonna be programmed to want to, shoot people. Although, like, in Astro Boy's world, they do follow, like, the 3 laws of robots. What's it called?
The laws of robotics, I think.
See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, yeah.
Exactly.
It's also mentioned in Mega Man as well.
Yeah. So in Astro Boy's world, they have that. So Astro can't kill any humans. Although a lot of times they do the irony thing where it's, like, the evil human, like, causes the building to collapse and then the rubble kills them, right? So the robot didn't technically kill him, right?
I'm quite familiar with that trope.
What was that?
I'm pretty familiar with that trope. Lots of media uses it.
Yeah, it's a very classic trope of like, oh, it was his own undoing, right? Like his own selfishness causes his demise, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's very classic trope. And that's how Villainverse is basically gonna end. Spoilers.
Okay.
It's gonna be all the villains' fault.
The villains were the fault? That can't be.
Well,
who could have seen? Yeah, that's
the villains were the bad guy. What the fuck?
That's unusual.
I hate it when comics tell me who the good guy or bad guy are. They need to be nuanced and subtle. I hate it. Jesus Christ.
Very cringe. Very cringe.
Very cringe. Very cringe.
But I think where Mega Man separates from the Astro Boy influences is probably from X onwards. That's when it becomes a lot less like Astro Boy.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes based. When it stops being stupid. When it gets a fucking dash button already.
Yeah, Astro Boy doesn't have a dash button.
Yeah,
he just flies.
Like he loves Tumblr.
Yeah, because he's always tumbling down the stairs.
Watch out for those stairs, Mega Man X.
I
can't deal with stairs. I only need I can only do inclines that are smooth. The stairs I can't dash up and down those.
I always get strange stairs when I take the stairs, so I take the elevator instead.
And then people elevate you in the elevator.
Yeah, exactly.
You get strange stares because people are racist.
You mean racist against stairs?
We fixed racism.
Oh yeah, racism is gone. Once Obama was elected, like racism was over, right?
Yeah, basically.
That's the first thing he did.
Exactly. Yeah, he made racism illegal, and then Donald Trump went into office and made racism legal.
It's okay.
God damn,
it's gonna be illegal.
That orange.
It's gonna be illegal again. It's gonna be illegal again very soon.
You just have to sign an executive order.
Biden.
God, I'm writing Biden so hard I broke his dick.
We know Joe, right? We know him, and he knows us inside and out. It's
inside, whether we want to or not.
That's right.
Yeah,
he knows how we smell.
He hacked into all my emails, so he knows a lot about me.
He's petting me right now with his weird, wrinkly old man hand.
Joe Bile.
It's gonna be a sexy 4 years.
Oh, with Joe Vile. Ooh, I like that name. Gib, are you gonna use that name? Because I'm gonna use it for a villain name.
I said Joe Bile, but Vile also works.
Bile? Oh, that's pretty good. He could be like a villain who pukes on people.
Just gotta remove his gallbladder. That sounds pretty.
Yeah, exactly. He could be like a wacky guy who just pukes on people. I have a sketchbook, like a big sketchbook called the Villainverse Catalog, and it just has every villain that appears in the comic. Because sometimes I can't remember how they all fucking look like. So when I need a background shot with several villains, I go through it and I'll be like, okay, that guy's gonna be there. That guy's gonna be there. Yeah. There's also a couple. Yeah.
You have a lot of designs, a lot of crazy guys in that comic. It's impressive. Yeah. When it comes to
every page has a new fucking weird costume freak.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I try so hard, but when I say that, I mean I try not at all to make characters.
It's really easy. So I guess I could talk a little bit about the real origin of Villainverse. It all started with Velmaverse, yeah, exactly. Everyone's Velma. Everyone wants to be the most Velma-y of all the Velmas. But back in 2019, there was this guy called Craig Gleason on Instagram, and he's a really good artist. And he has something called the Bad Guys Club, right? And basically, it's what was that?
I like the sound of that club.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty cool club. And he basically has he has these set of characters called the Bad Guys who are members of the Bad Guys Club, and they're all just a bunch of wacky, different monster guys. And every October he does his own version of Inktober called the Season of the Bad Guys Club, and every month you draw a different bad guy. And he also encourages people to redesign the bad guys, just take the name and just come up with a cool design for that name or something or whatever. He doesn't really care because he kind of likes when people draw it in way wackier art styles or just anything. He just loves seeing it. And I was doing that, and I mean I've been fans of this guy for I've been a fan of this guy for years, and then I finally did it back in 2019. And every bad guy I created, I was thinking like I think I'm pretty decent at coming up with like stories for characters on the spot, and I came up with like several stories, and I was like, I could probably make a comic about like all these characters existing in the same universe, right? And originally I was gonna pitch it to Craig Gleason as like some sort of anthology, but then I thought, why should I give that guy like my good ideas? I should just use my good ideas for myself. I don't need to like get someone's approval to do a good idea. Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking like, okay, time to take all the designs that are different enough, and then take all the other designs that I like, but like change them to make them legally distinct, right? And then and then you see the logic there. Like, I mean, it's easy to see how I jumped from Bad Guys Club to Villainverse, right? And
I don't get it.
I don't get it. and basically like the list exists because like it's kind of like, how do I make these guys, like, what's the relationship between all these like villains, like why do they give a fuck about each other? Then it's like, well, there's a list, so they're in a constant competition, right? And basically like I think from there it's like I think of some good advice for like a designing a character is to kind of know exactly what you like, right? Like for example, there's one character in Villainverse called Dirty Bomb. Yeah, she's like a bomb girl, and she's actually based on another character called the Moon Goon from Bad Guys Club, basically, right? And the Moon Goon is like this guy who has like a giant like moon for a head, and so I looked at that guy and I thought to myself, what do I like about this guy? Well, I like his like round head. I like his like constant smile. And I kind of like all the accessories he has on him, right? So it's like, well, I like his round head. What else is round? Oh, well, bombs are round, right? Like the little cartoon bombs are round, right? So it's just from there. Like then I kind of like, oh, you know, spots are also round, so I added that on her. Gave her a couple like frills and whatnot. Yeah, that's what he looks like, right?
God, what a freak!
That's an interesting design.
I love him. I got him. I have a shirt of him. And so yeah, so basically you can kind of see how I jumped from the Moon Goon design to a Dirty Bomb over here.
Oh, I really like that one. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. And basically like her like we don't see this in like chapter 1, but like what she could do is like those spots on her clothes, like she could peel them off like stickers, but once she peels them off, they turn into like little like bombs, right? That she could throw, and her suit just like respawns them.
That's very clever.
So she has like she has like a near infinite like amount of bombs.
I feel like there's another character. They don't make bombs. Am I just thinking of like some Looney Tunes thing where like they like holes, like pulling like holes off their.
Yeah. Oh wait. Are
you thinking
talking about Maggie and her ferocious beast?
Am I?
Because the ferocious beast has spots that can be removed.
Shit, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Maggie and the ferocious beast.
Possibly.
It's a good show.
Pretty based. Pretty good. There's pretty good lineage there.
There's also Bomberman. Does anyone remember that guy?
Oh yeah,
naturally.
Love that guy.
Of course. Who could forget Bomberman?
Who could forget Bomberman?
Most requested Super Smash Brothers character.
Even more requested than Goku?
Well, that was a joke, but...
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I took Goku 100% seriously.
Wait, why isn't Bomberman in Smash?
They made a skin, like a Mii.
I think he's in as an assist trophy now.
That doesn't count.
He's in as a Mii costume, I think.
Yeah, and also as a costume.
I'm sorry, if Ice Climbers get in, Bomberman should be in.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have him in because they have Simon Belmont, and Bomberman is not currently owned by Konami.
I've never heard a more obvious pick.
The next reveal is gonna be a Fortnite character.
No.
Fortnite doesn't have characters though, does it? It just has
it
humanoids
like,
with guns.
So actually, the main story of Fortnite is like a zombie survivor game.
I knew that.
So
But,
like
that's not
that story.
That's not the thing
has
people care
characters, I
about,
think.
though. That's like
No, they care about the free like battle royale thing, right?
But
I would
they put
Plants
Steve from
vs. Zombies in
Minecraft.
Smash.
they've already got Piranha Plant.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna put Sans Undertale in Smash. I want Sans.
He's in.
Yeah, we should get Sans.
It's not the same.
We should definitely get Sans.
Oh my god.
Where is he? Where is the boy?
Where is Sans?
Where is Sans?
Where is Sans from the best video game?
Oh.
The best video game ever made, Undertale. Where is he?
You know, I was playing Smash Wii U with my brothers just now before I got in the call, or maybe a few hours
So
ago.
that's what you were doing.
Well, it wasn't just
Sad.
that. It was just like hanging out and having fun. Shut up. Anyway,
Sounds like a smashing good time.
it was cool. We were all playing as our Miis, and I could change my Mii to be like a female and like make it look different, and it was cool.
Nice.
And I shot them and I was shooting them. Just an aside, nothing special about that. But Smash Brothers is fun. Doesn't matter what characters are in it. You just play the game, and you win, and you destroy the competition.
Yeah,
it's just like war. It's cool as long as you win.
Yeah,
exactly. It is fun,
good.
but I usually lose in it nowadays. I don't typically win.
Yeah, I'm not super great at it.
Online
I'm prone to
terrible.
underhanded tactics.
Online is terrible just because people care about Smash and they practice and they're on the line. But in a room with siblings, you can say fuck, and then you can have like a cup of tea and talk about something else afterwards. With a person online, they just, I don't know, they do a Dark Souls emote and they shit on your face, and you don't feel like anything is good.
When I was younger, I was playing Smash Bros at a friend's house, and I was like saying fucking shit and whatnot while I was playing. And then their mother snitched on my mom and told her that I was cussing, and I'm like, that fucking cunt bitch.
Yeah, that's a tale as old as time itself.
Yeah, that's fucking bitch.
So
she
sad.
fucking ratted me out. I hope she gets lung cancer. She's gonna probably eventually.
Yeah,
She smoked
eventually.
a lot.
Did you know that your son cussed? I think that's more of a thing she's saying about like to your mom, like, oh, you're a bad parent. You have a child that cusses. I just want to rub that in your face.
Yeah,
Damn.
but then, you know, obviously the wrath is going to fall on the son.
Yeah.
You know, the mom is going to be, you know, scolded because her son is like isn't potty trained, you know, hasn't been broken like a horse and reforged into a valuable citizen and part of society.
Wrath from Full Metal Alchemist is going to fall on
unleash her
him.
vengeance upon him.
And then as my mom was beating me for cussing at Smash Bros, she says, "Don't blame me, blame capitalism." And that's when it all connected. Everything clicked in my brain. I was like, of course, obviously, this is capitalism right now. As she was beating me.
I'm only doing this because it's advantageous to me financially.
Exactly.
This
Unironically,
is what you get for not performing your role as a member of society.
Isn't that why anyone does anything?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get
To avoid a
spanked
beating.
in certain ways.
To avoid the big beating, and rich people they hate getting the beating. That's why they try to make as much money as they can to avoid it.
They've got
It's true.
weak buttocks. That's what it is. They got
Exactly.
buttocks made of paper.
They need to do more squats.
I think Donald Trump is probably the only rich person with a good butt. It's massive if you've seen the photos.
I'm sure there's got to be some other
I have
people.
not seen the photos of Trump's massive behind.
Yeah, I've seen diaper Trump.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. Have you seen his son? His son is like tall as fuck. Holy shit.
Baron is a real beanpole.
Yeah, he's a real fucking monster.
You could
Yeah,
say
he's a real super soldier in the making.
You could say he's a real pretty good for a Baron.
He's a real. If you see Baron right next to Trump, they look like One Piece characters.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wait, isn't that the best way to look?
Trump's like pretty tall, right? Trump's like 6'1" or something, right? So Baron's got to be like 8'9".
Wait, how old is Baron? He looks like an 8-year-old.
18.
Isn't he like 15?
He's like a teenager.
He loves
anime.
Yeah, he was like 10 or something. I think when the presidency first started, and now he's like straight up.
And now he's like 40.
Okay, so who's Trump's other son that I thought?
Wait a minute.
Don Jr.
He got chubby. When did Baron Trump get chubby? This is fucked up.
No, he's supposed to be skinny. He's unattractive now. I do not like him no more.
But that's clearly the anime's fault.
Oh, God.
See, anime
there's
ruins
Don
everything.
Jr. who's like, there's Don Jr. who's like the infamous son where like Donald Trump was like, I don't want to name my son after myself. What if he's a loser?
God, this little fucking monster is going to be a thorn in all of our sides for the rest of our lives.
He's gonna try to run for presidency, but just doesn't have the fucking charisma like his father does to like actually pull it off.
No. This guy's not a hero like Donald Trump. He's not a populist hero.
He doesn't look like Trump enough to, like, I think the average person would be like, I guess it's just some guy.
I mean, he's from the first or second marriage. I don't know. I think Melania is like the third, isn't
I hope the entire family eventually tries to run for president.
Oh yeah,
what the Bushes did.
They're all gonna run against each other. Like Eric and Don Jr. are gonna be like running against each other in the next primary.
That would be great.
Ivanka's probably gonna win. She's gonna run, and she's gonna be first female president finally.
Yeah, like half of them will run as Republicans, half of them will run as Democrats. So to thin the crowd out a little bit.
Finally, sexism is over. Now we have a woman president.
Based.
About time.
And he does have the hand thing going on. This image loads.
Tiny hands?
The tiny
hands. Something about the gesture.
His hands are...
Well, I gotta hand it to him. He does have the hand thing.
He does. China. He got that look. China. Chinese virus. He's got that hella look on his face.
Looking at the chat now, we've got like a list of characters, all confirmed for Smash.
All potential Smash characters, nice. Oh, did you see the thick Clarissa? I posted that earlier.
I did.
Yeah. I drew that for Gib as a thank you for the GoFundMe. There's a lot of people who like could get a commission from me because of the GoFundMe, but just haven't DM'd me yet, and I don't really care too much about reminding them, to be honest.
I think I owe a handful of people from some patron rewards. I know one Bev asked me for her reward, she wanted me to do another Top Killers RFCK image, which I am like a fucking year overdue on, so we'll have to do that at some point. Yeah.
Oh wait, this is my end right now. Hey kids, you like RFCK? You like the game where if your character dies, they don't really die, they come back thanks to a green slime?
Yes.
That's literally Villainverse. Oh my god. And no one could die. No one in Villainverse could die. They all drank a chemical called regeneratium, and it makes them all Deadpool basically.
Just like real life.
Just like real life.
It's just an evergreen premise.
Yeah, exactly. So every character comes back, so you can still have your favorite and they won't die. It's fucking great.
You can just see them lose over and over again.
Exactly. It's like everyone's playing on Gmod, but in real life, but in a comic.
Not in real life, actually, but almost.
Almost in their real life, in their universe, their Villainverse, if you will.
To coin a phrase. Do we want to move? Do we want to start listening to voicemails? Maybe we've been going for like an hour and a half.
I got like an hour and 10 minutes here.
What do you think? What do you think? Should we start voicemails, Gib? Back me up. Okay. I mean, if you've all got such important shit to talk about, by all means. No, never mind. No voicemails.
No, I don't.
No, I won't I won't post them. After all.
I think Gib asked me how I could pump out comics so fast earlier.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I've been very non-existent with what I've been like putting out, as in I made the Clarissa half of it and I said I would do the rest and then I stopped and feels bad, not sure about it. all day, every day, and just thinking a little bit like.
Sorry, I haven't made a comic in a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't made a comic in a while. Yeah.
You kind of have to unironically treat it like a job.
Well, yes.
Like, no, but like I'm not saying that like, oh, obviously, but I mean like, no, actually, like for example, Monday through Friday is when I just work on the comic, and I just do nothing but the comic on Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays when I go to my job and I make money, but during the week I just have to just work on the comic, like just whatever you can. Like you should also try to like make sure the day before you have everything set up so you can just jump right into it the next day, right?
Yeah.
When I do my comic, I always like do the panels first, like where the panels are gonna go, and then I'll have that ready. So then tomorrow all I have to do is just draw inside the panels, right?
Having everything ready to go so you can just jump right in is big.
It is pretty good. I mean, how I do Villainverse is basically, so I have the whole story like outline, like each chapter has a summary, and it's like a skeleton of an outline, right? So I know what happens in each chapter, but I don't know specifically what happens, and that's kind of like the fun part. That's the kind of like oh, I know where the story's going, but the smaller like details, the little like intricacies and nuances, I'm discovering that with everybody else, right? So so what I do is I do a rough draft of the comic, and just to finish it. The rough draft, like I don't focus too much on like whether it's perfect, just to finish it, just to have a rough draft, and then I'll look at it like the next day, and I'll like edit it to make sure it's like I lower the page number, I add more pages, right, or I like combine pages together until like it kind of like flows well, you know. And then I start like drawing it, and I draw it on a deleter paper, which is like what manga artists use, right? And even while I'm drawing it, I'm still like editing it, because like I could like be drawing it and I'm like, wait a second, I kind of don't like how this looks. I think I'm gonna add an extra page to kind of balance it out or lower it, but I consistently try to stay under like 30 pages. I think the highest I've ever been is like 26 pages. That might change though.
Sound like a professional.
It is.
Oh,
It's a very like. I mean, that's how I managed to do, that Clarissa in that month leading up to the contest entry, was that I streamed it, which was my like the way to like not get distracted, and I managed to do quite a lot of work during the day, but it was too much, and I ended up burning myself out, and I don't know, maybe I'm just like a stupid idiot, but I don't know how to like motivate myself to work without a stream, and I don't want to have to stream because like that's extra. Like I need to.
Right. No, I get you. I forgo like a lot of things. It's been very long since I like played video games or like seen a show. Actually, wait, hold up. I actually have been watching shows while I'm drawing, but like, so I do this thing where I look for shows that aren't good or bad, just okay, and I just play them in the background, right? There's a show called Legends of Tomorrow, and it's a spin-off show from like the Flash TV show. And Legends of Tomorrow is like okay. It's the most okay show I ever seen, which makes it perfect. So I just played it in the background, so I don't have to like pay too much attention to it. But I think I don't know, like you're just gonna have to like. I guess I really just want to finish Villainverse. If there was like a button that I could press and like Villainverse is like instantly done, I would press that button. So I think that's like what motivated me, because I really do want to see what the whole thing looks like. And I think also because I really like Villainverse too. Like I'm also a fan, because once I try to read the prologue, I want to read the rest. Like I can't just like look at the chapter 1 and just like reference it quickly. Like if I look at chapter 1, I'm gonna start reading it, and I'm gonna like have to stop myself. Like hold up, don't finish it. Just keep working on like what you're doing, right? I feel like I do get distracted a lot, mostly through Twitter, but like the fact that that hasn't like hindered the production of Villainverse is why I don't really perceive it as too much of a problem, right? I mean, I'll try to like do less Twitter arguments when I'm working on the comic, right? But it's just I'm just really looking. It's like I'm really looking forward to how Villainverse is gonna look like. I'm really looking forward to how my art style is gonna look like by chapter 12. That's like one of my end goals. Also, I want to know how Villainverse is gonna end. Well, I mean, I know how Villainverse is gonna end, but I want to see everything go down. I also want to be financially stable, and I think that's kind of gonna be the end goal for like Villainverse. Like, there's a bunch of other comics I want to do, and I want to make those comics too. But I gotta get through Villainverse first, you know. There's just like, yeah, just I don't know. I think that motivates me. I think what also helps is that I don't have like depression or anxiety or anything like that, right?
Based.
So yeah,
neurotypical gang represent.
Neurotypical gang. Yeah, like I
Assemble.
have one time I tell this story like almost on every other fucking podcast I'm on, but you ever heard of Meg, Mog, and Owl?
I have, yeah. That's a comic.
It's a comic. It's a really good comic. It's kind of like Train Spotting, but if everyone was like a monster. But basically, I asked the creator of Meg, Mog, and Owl like at Comic-Con, like I asked him a question for a friend, right? And I was like, how do you like make comics with depression? And he told me, oh, years of therapy. Right, because he said that he only started really making comics in his 30s, right, and now he's like an indie comic legend. What's really fucking crazy is that currently, right now, for every day since the start of the quarantine, he drew a comic, like a 1-page Meg, Mog, and Owl comic with its own like long continuity, and it's fucking legendary. And if he could do it, if he could, I mean, the thing is that he also admitted that he's a workaholic, right? Like, and I'm kind of like that too. Like for the longest time, I never thought that I would get like a partner, like an emotional partner, like I would be in a strong relationship unless it was someone who also does art and would be on the same schedule. I mean, now I'm in a relationship, but what's great is that the person I'm with, like, understands like my schedule like perfectly and doesn't like bother me when I'm like working on my own shit, and they also do art, so it's not too bad. Also, I think a great video to watch is this video, How to Be Creative, How an Artist Turns Pro. This is a really good video. I try to watch this video like every month just to keep myself on track, right?
Let me see, did you post it?
Yeah, I posted there in the general. It's a really good video. It just explains how like anyone could become an amateur at any second. You could just become an amateur, right? But this video talks about how you consistently like become a pro, right? And the thing is, like, even before I watched this video, I kind of agreed with everything it said. But there's something so great about being reassured that you're on the right track, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, sure, this is all the information you heard before, but the fact that other people kind of believe this, it feels like, oh, so I'm really not in the wrong path. I'm in like in a good path. I guess what also helps is that like I did like an internship at a comic book publisher, and they just explained to me how to get published, and I was like, oh, cool. So I just got to do the comic, and I'm good.
Well, so I think having a good work ethic is something that can benefit you no matter what it is you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you enjoy what you're doing, it would help you have a better work ethic. But even if you don't, the work ethic can be a separate thing that gets you motivated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I do enjoy like drawing comics and whatnot. I have forgone like a lot of like social gatherings just to work on the comic. If I could get my Patreon to like 800 a month, then I could do a second comic. But I kind of want to do that too. There's like other ideas that are like a little bit easier for me to do that I can like bullshit on the weekends.
Is that like what it would take for you to be like full time, I guess?
Yeah, like 800 on Patreon. Yeah, that'd be like the end goal. If I could like, I think what I was gonna do on my Patreon was like, if I could get to 200 a month, I'll do Pasta the Clown the comic, because I have an outline. Yeah, I have an outline for that too, and I know it won't be too hard. It won't be like, I won't try as hard. Like, I'm not gonna put as much effort as I'm doing with Villainverse. Like, it's gonna be its like own little like shit post of a comic. Yeah, there's a bunch of other comics I wanted to do. I want to tell you what those are, because
Yes, save a few secrets.
I don't want you guys to steal my genius ideas.
Yeah.
That are popping out of my brain.
I think also eliminating distractions, unless the distractions help you inspire you to do what you're doing. That's also probably good advice.
Yeah, true that. There's this thing I do where like every time I finish a chapter of Villainverse, I reward myself by catching up with One Piece. Right.
Shit. That's something I gotta reward myself with one of these days.
Yeah,
that's good. That would actually work for me, I think, because like I have a lot of One Piece left to get through. Like I probably have like 50 or 60 chapters left.
I'm not too far behind one. I think I'm just like maybe 10 chapters behind. Maybe. I've been like lagging a lot. With this chapter has been taking a good while because I moved out. I've been trying to get accustomed to this new job. I got into a relationship. I had to help my partner move to another state. It's a bunch of stuff that's been a lot of like life changing moves have happened in the past couple of months for me. Also, there's the fucking pandemic.
Sure.
Yeah, at the start I was like, at the start I was doing pretty fine. I managed to get like 2 chapters in the pandemic. But then like I don't know. I guess the move and all the other stuff. Also, my computer was like fucking on its last leg, and all this bullshit I had to do. Yeah, it was fucking ass. But now next month it's gonna be good. I'm gonna try to finish Villainverse by next year. This month is when I want Villainverse to be over. And
how many chapters is it gonna be?
12.
Okay. Base.
Unless I die, but also if I manage to amass enough interest towards like the middle of Villainverse, I know potential directions to kind of extend the story, right? If not, whatever. But yeah. I also got like a lot of ideas for Villainverse 2. Like I have an idea for a sequel, which would be more of a ongoing. It wouldn't be just 12 chapters. It'd be way longer. But that's if I mean that's if Villainverse is like popular by the time, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean I just want to finish it. That's about it.
Well, God bless you. Godspeed, you Black Emperor. Gib left. Gib must have disconnected again.
Damn.
What a piece of shit.
Should we wait for her? What do we do?
No. Fuck that. Let's start it on voicemails. We've got a normal amount. We've got a normal amount of voicemails, which is to say like 1 million of them.
Well, I can't wait for all the circumcision ones.
Oh boy.
No, I'm sure we won't have a single one about that. This first one is called The Green Goblinlin or something. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spider-Man, I see you've fallen into my trap. The choice mail. And this subway car it's full of people. And this subway car has a Mary Jane in it. And that's the choice. That's why it's the choice mail. So choose, Spider-Man.
That's
Do you guys remember when voicemails were good?
No. Anyway, next voicemail is called Voice Whale. Voice Whale. Ooh.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. There it is. The tantalizing cry of the legendary voice whale.
I don't know what I was expecting. I was like,
well, to be fair, it's better than the average one.
Told you exactly what it was going to be, and it delivered.
Yeah, I guess I was an okay. That's the okay voice.
I'll take it. Right. Voice whale for voice grail.
Voice whale for voice grail.
Voice whale for voice grail.
The grail whale. Yes, perfect.
I think we got to put the voice whale in the voice grail. I'm doing it. I'm making it official. There he goes.
Perfect.
Gib, you missed the voice whale.
Gib, you're back. You missed the voice whale.
But he's already ascended to the Grail, so you know.
Yeah, it's the best. You're gonna have to rewatch the episode just to hear this magistry.
Sad but true. Next one is called "You Suckers Didn't Hate It." Here's another. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, and welcome to part 2 of the saga of Saint Benedict, the Neat Who Could, by Ilson. But God, the mean old bastard just couldn't leave Ben alone in his cave. No, he just had to make a priest share his lunch with Ben in the middle of Easter. Also, some random shepherds found him.
No, I do hate it. I'm sorry, I do hate it. It's not germane. It's not germane. I'm in no mood for this horse shit.
Do you remember that one guy who did voicemails where he had like weird audio mixes and ended with like little mini songs about each member?
Yeah.
That guy was cool.
Those are the days.
I'm tired of all these wannabe riddle my ass Batman types.
Too bad we don't get that anymore.
I disconnected for what seems like 40 minutes. I just wanted to say that Cheesy, the things you were saying about art and working were so similar to my own. That was basically entirely identical. And I forget what my train of thought was beyond that. I'm really annoyed that I've been gone this long.
Sorry, Gib.
It's okay, Gib. Well, you got my DMs, Gib. We could still talk about this stuff. We're pals.
Yeah. The best tip was use the next chapter of One Piece as your the carrot to bait you.
Yeah, exactly.
Into doing things.
I don't read One Piece when I'm making the comic, but once like I finish and it's on Gumroad, it's on Patreon, I'm like, all right, time to catch up on One Piece.
Yeah, you reward yourself with something you like doing.
I'm pretty sure Villainverse is gonna. Pretty sure Villainverse is gonna end before like One Piece ends.
Well, yeah, the universe will end before One Piece ends.
Oh my god!
In my opinion,
I'm gonna have kids when One Piece ends.
There's never gonna be a two-piece.
The final reward.
Oh god.
Okay, next voicemail is called "Misogynist for Trans Rights." 3, 2, 1, go.
I believe in trans rights, but also a strict binary. So to prove it, Ben, Tom, become trans. Because if you would support something, you'd do it also.
Terrible.
Can't catch me to the jail.
I thought it was gonna be funny. I saw a tweet that was like, I don't know, the opposite is like the opposite of a TERF is like a trans inclusionary misogynist, something misogynist, reactionary misogynist or something.
A transit like so a
term.
Hey,
no,
you better get off my turf.
No, does that mean like someone who like respects trans people's identities, but also is misogynistic against trans women in the same way they would be against cis women?
Oh my god!
Yes.
I think I know. Oh my god! I have the perfect guy in mind for that, but I don't want to out him. I have a friend of mine sounds just like that description. Although he does it in jest, he's not like an actual misogynist. But it fits perfectly with his brand. It's this guy called YOLO Swag on Twitter. He's a cool guy, funny guy.
Hey, fuck you, YOLO Swag.
He's a cool guy, friend of the show, YOLO Swag.
Sounds like a major shad, if you ask me.
He's cool. He's a cool guy. He's mutuals with Stone Toss. That's how you know he's base.
Oh, I've heard of that guy.
That's so cool.
No, I'm not joking. I like Stone. I like I was gonna say I like Stone.
I love Stone Toss.
I love Stone Toss. I'm a big Stone Toss fan. No, YOLO Swag Studios is a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Stone Toss made a kind of good comic the other day. He did.
Oh,
he actually did.
What did he do?
It's the comic was basically just, the punchline is a guy works out and gets really buff to attract ladies, but ladies don't care, but gay guys like it. That was it. That's
pretty good.
I think I'd seen that comic before. Was
that not new? Was it not a new one? Whatever.
No, I mean like I seen the joke done before. Maybe this is like the first time he's done it because I actually have.
It's not an incredibly original.
It sounds
idea,
like the story to my life.
It's a perfectly fine. Comic.
Knowing Stone Toss, the punchline is, "Oh, how horrible! Gays are now attracted to this person. I mean, how unfortunate for them."
In other comics, yes. In this comic, there was no.
I mean,
there was the guys just looked normal. So,
I mean, sometimes like I mean that's how it works, right? You gotta throw in just a straightforward joke, So once people like the straightforward joke, they get red pilled by the other jokes, right?
Yeah. True.
I mean, there was at one point where I was like up to date on every Stone Toss like comic, like I read each one of them because I was planning to do a video
religious.
Religiously.
Religious followers.
But I think even if you disagree with his messages, his comics are sometimes pretty funny.
Oh, I mean,
they're very well crafted.
I mean, I understand his.
He's very good at what he does.
Like I read all of them because I wanted to make a video talking about how he does it, so like lefties like know what to do. But but basically,
Thought Slime already made that video.
No, but I'd do it. But I'm a comic artist, so
you'll do it better.
My opinion is a little bit more valid.
Obviously you could do it again.
No, but I'd also like would draw like my own version of a Stone Toss comic, and I kind of have one. I mean, I'll just tell you guys it'd be the first frame, the first panel would be like his little version of how he draws a trans person, and then there'd be like there would be a guy next to him, who's like the smug little racist guy, and on his shirt it's the acronym for "It's okay to be white" is on his shirt, right? And the guy would say like, "Isn't it obvious?" And then this panel 2, he'd be like, "Your identity is killing you," and then it's the meme number of like the trans suicide rates, which isn't real, by the way. That's like not accurate at all. Like was it
41%?
Yeah, it would be 41% right above the trans person, right? But then in panel 3, the trans person is like looking at the other guy, and then in panel 4, the punchline is that right above the other guy there is a 68%, right?
I don't get it.
Okay, because the thing is that white boys have like a higher suicide rate that's like 68%, and I think there was an article explaining how like white
boys have a 68% suicide rate.
Yes,
that seems.
That can't be true.
I'm probably misquoting it. But I think I was gonna talk about that in my video, how like you have to kind of lie too if you want to make a Stone Toss comic. Like
yeah.
Okay. Well, this is supposed to be satire, right?
I swear it's like no, but it was like a 68% or something. Not like saying like.
I don't think 68% of white people kill themselves.
No, I don't think it's specifically white people. I think it's specifically like white males.
I don't think that's true either.
You don't think that's true? Wait,
no.
I don't have the stats on any of this, so I can't say whether it's true or not.
It seems like an outrageously high number of.
This sounds a little bit high, though.
That would mean that suicide kills more people than everything else combined. More white men than everything else combined, and I'm sure that it doesn't.
Hold up. Well, I could be misquoting that. There could be other shit that like I'm talking. Oh, it's 69%. White males account for. Hold up. Suicides is from.
They account for 69% of suicides. It's not 69% of them commit suicide. That's like a different. Okay.
I mean, I was assuming I misquoted this. I assumed I misquoted the statistic. Right. Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Well,
I see.
But what I'm saying is that like you kind of like when you do a Stone Toss, like he's not quoting that percentage like accurately, right?
Yeah.
Just like I did it.
The point is okay, I get it. The point is not to be honest. The point is to
have those kind of like quick, snappy, like kind of like
the thing is,
you could repeat.
A lot of people are not smart enough to understand satire, so they're going to just think you're legitimately making that point.
But it's true. No, but it's true as far as I'm aware.
I mean, the logic with the whole trans suicide rate joke is that, we shouldn't help trans people because they just end up killing themselves, right? Which is really fucking stupid logic. So it's kind of like, if you think that, then we probably shouldn't help, like, white boys because they're also killing themselves, like, by a higher number, technically.
I know that there's no point. I know that we've already agreed that the statistic is not...
Okay,
I keep wanting to argue it, even though I know that's not the point. Yes, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it.
Guys, I don't hate white people. I
feel like it would require a citation needed. You would have to have like a little like hyperlink under. It's like here's the study that this is referencing.
He sometimes does that. I think I only ever seen him do that once when he did a comic about circumcision.
Nice.
But I'm pretty sure what he was like linking was like a documentary that did, because like when Stone Toss like does a circumcision thing, he like he specifically likes to blame women and Jews, right? Like that's the only people he blamed for circumcision, right?
Same.
That's like the MO, right?
Why women?
Because he hates women.
Oh, okay. I guess
if you're a Nazi, you're most likely also misogynist. You know, it's like a package deal. You know.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I don't need an explanation. I really don't. It's just yeah.
All right.
Got it. All right.
Nice.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. So let's move on. To the next one.
Okay.
This one is called The Last Zoomer. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's been a long, long time without a TCP. Since our God Munchie abandoned us and filled with grief. Now we are rotting into the boomer leagues. Please, oh God, hear my plea. And let's return to a time filled with glee. So please, hear my plea. And let me dunk on the boomer, Ben Saint.
That didn't rhyme. That ending did not.
I think the lack of rhyme at the end was for emphasis. I think it was done deliberately, and I think it was masterfully executed.
I guess it was supposed to make me mad. You don't get it. It was supposed to make you mad.
As far as I know, Ben really hates it when people call him boomer.
Is that true?
I hate it when people say it and mean it.
Someone calls me boomer, I gotta stop them. It's like, wait, do you mean that?
I hate it when people genuinely don't know. When someone calls me a boomer without the knowledge that actually I am in fact a millennial, I get frustrated because we're not the same. Me and them are not.
The only true boomer is Boomer Kuwanger from Mega Man X.
Nice.
Boomer Kuwanger at least
love that guy.
Never ate lead paint. You know, he's
true.
Just made of lead.
Did you eat lead paint, Ben?
No, the boomers did. So they've all got lead poisoning and have no empathy.
Word. I think the only boomer I like is Asterios Kokonos. He's a pretty funny guy.
He's Gen X, god damn it.
I sent him a free copy of Villainverse and he hasn't read it yet.
Asterios Kokonos I've been supposed to go on a Christery podcast for like a year now, and it's just I'm just waiting on that call. I'm just waiting on that DM.
Why don't you invite him to the PCP? Invite Asterios.
We could invite him.
I guess we could invite Asterios.
Word.
But Ben,
you guys could do that.
There was a tweet where Asterios tagged the drunken peasants and you in response to something about Nick Fuentes.
Oh.
What was that about? I was confused.
Yeah, let me. I remember the one you're talking about. Was it in response to a Rational Disconnect tweet about how Fuentes was malding about not being invited on the Timcast?
Yeah.
Someone replied with that image of a Discord post that I had seen before. And actually, like a week ago, I was thinking of that exact image because I saw a post from Fuentes that sucked because everything Fuentes says sucks. And I wanted to I just wanted to post that image in response. Of just this guy explaining what a fucking loser Fuentes is and always has been. And I didn't have the image.
Oh, you're talking about that Discord like message thing?
Yeah, the one that the guy just describes like
he shit his pants.
Yeah, I shit his pants and like what a turd he is in high school and how now he spends his free time harassing the church that lived across the street from his parents' house or whatever. And Asterios tagged me and the drunken peasants and some other guy. I don't know. And I don't know why he tagged those people specifically, but I appreciated it.
Well, the drunken peasants like actively shit on Nick Fuentes all the time. Actually, like,
well, good for them.
Actually, the last episode they uploaded is how I found out about that whole Discord message and him shitting his pants. The drunken peasants are pretty cool. Pretty cool guys. I want to get on that eventually. Hopefully, I get enough clout that I can appear.
I'll go on any fucking podcast. I went on Shredded. Nobody knows about Shredded.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, Ben is real desperate. He'll go on anything.
I'll do anything for clout.
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah, Ben. I heard rumors that Ben voted for Biden, so you know he has no morals.
I voted for Howie Hawkins 2020.
I voted for Joe Jorgensen.
God bless America.
Libertarians. Not fuck libertarians.
I
said it.
NAP.
NAP.
Not MAP. No. No.
Yeah, I was saying NAP, NAP.
How about
non-aggression
MLP?
principle, right?
That's good. Okay.
Well, MLP.
So fucking based.
My little proletariat.
Next voicemail is called Advice. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Ben, I heard through the podcast that you've been depressed lately. Have you considered something Christ Jesus? You fucking faggot.
Nah.
That's kind of a little unnecessary at the end.
That was a little I have not. But thanks.
I like how short all of them are now.
That's true. A blessing in disguise.
The short ones I notice are the ones with the slurs. Huh.
So far. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a little true.
I mean, I guess the game plan is like you say the slur then leave, right? You don't want to stay. Yeah, exactly. That's the tactical.
In and out.
I tactically use my slurs.
Next one is called this one is called Floopity Doopity Zim Zam Zoop. 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa.
Oh my god, this
It is I, Samurai-sama.
Yes.
I listen to podcast when I send 2 message. Second message, you say, is that a samurai? Yes, it is a samurai. This is what to talk about when raise larynx hard to lower and do samurai voice.
You're cracking.
And cause dysphoria.
You're cracking, samurai.
But anyway, Benno-san, you apologize. You apologize now after Steel Scroll. You now say sorry. Well, samurai forgive. All good. All is forgiven, Benno-san. No one to scroll. If you sorry, it okay. But Benno-san, you cause samurai father to commit seppuku. And for that, you shall not be forgiven. But until next time,
I think her father, that they said something about gender in a past thing, and then they said dysphoria this time. I think
yes,
samurai might be struggling to maintain their voice while also transitioning, which is
that's correct. That's correct. These are the tidbits that I have put together. Oh God, should I do it? Should I say it? Should I say soru? Should I say sorry?
Solui?
You know, this person clearly puts a lot of effort into their
Samurai had his arc. All right, Samurai came and went, and you know what? I think he had his moment of redemption. So I think he deserves closure. All right, I'm gonna do it.
All right,
I'm gonna fucking do it. Samurai Sama. I Benno Saint-san am sorry for Steel Scroll. Until next time, Benno Saint-san.
Very good.
It's probably like the
clip that.
Great performance.
That's probably like the most racist thing you ever said on this podcast, Ben.
Yeah.
You
know what? You're right.
I don't know. I think you might have said worse things in the past.
Never. Nope. Never. Okay, next one. Next voicemail is called.
He's not Nate, you know.
Next voicemail is called A Riddle. 3, 2, 1, go.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, what color is it?
Green. Next one.
It's like brown, right?
What color is it?
Depends on the tree.
I guess you just go check later and then you'll find out.
Oh wait,
it's tree color.
Wait, is there a color that sounds like the sound when a tree falls? Maybe it's like a pun or something.
If a tree falls in a forest and nobody hears it, then my illegal logging business is a success.
Logging.
That's
trees. Yes, smoking weed. Yes, it's weed color. It's the color of fucking weed.
It's 420 colored. Oh my god.
You could do something with like saying timber when it falls and like timbre as like a sound design thing, like a sound thing is the timbre of a. Shut up. I don't know anything.
We might be thinking this riddle's a little bit too smart than it actually is.
It's orange. Okay, can I go now?
If a tree falls in the woods, then how many times did I fuck your wife?
Well, that's
how
a good
much
one.
wood would a woodchuck fuck if a woodchuck could fuck your wife?
It's rude.
Hey,
five times.
Rude.
5 times.
7.
Why would you say that?
Look,
why would you? My husband, who I hate and loathe, said that to me. I would say, "That's so rude. Why would you even say that?
Why would you disrespect my wife's son that way? I do not respect you at all.
My wife's son is listening. He can hear you.
My wife's son is a fan of the
And
PCP.
I don't want him going and swearing at the neighbor's house when he's playing video games. Because then I'll have to beat him.
And then crush him under a felled tree. And then smoke weed.
And then I'll punish him more for smoking weed. I don't fucking know. Just callbacks to everything. Just hey, at this point in the podcast, instead of us doing callbacks, just stop the podcast, go back to the beginning, and listen to it again.
This is a part
consider it all just, and you're like, oh, that's a callback. Oh, that's a callback to the first.
Oh, that's the first frame of the video is a callback to the first frame of the video.
Oh, the first time I listened to it was just foreshadowing for the second time.
It's obviously way funnier the second time around.
Obviously, go and repeat. You should go back to the part where I promote Villainverse, so I don't have to promote it at the end again.
You should skip over the part where I'm racist.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Ben was racist? What part was that? Eleazar timestamp now.
Next voicemail. Ha ha ha. The next one is called an answer. Oh my god. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Fall colors.
Good one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
I wouldn't have thought of that because of the autumn being the word.
Yeah, I
Wait.
Yeah.
You know, I made a joke like this once.
It's winter, isn't it?
No, but like I guess in the story,
it's a pun.
It's a pun.
Yeah, but a
right?
a tree doesn't always fall in the autumn. It can fall at any time.
I guess.
Yeah, but the joke is that the tree is falling, therefore it's fall colors.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not about. You're thinking about this too rationally.
I mean, I would assume there's a lot of information he didn't disclose.
Just imagine you're watching one of my videos.
Yeah. Yeah, and he probably would have spoiled it. Like, what he's gonna say? Like, oh my god, what if someone puts dynamite on a fucking tree?
It should have been if a tree falls in the woods. What time of year is it? I mean, that's a bit too obvious.
That's too obvious.
It's too obvious for you because it's the same word. Shut up.
My god. No, the joke's fine. It's a good joke.
No, it's not.
Good one.
It's a good joke, Mr. Riddle, sir.
It sucks. Defend yourself.
He's a good joke. This guy. He's a riddler, if you will. He does them a lot.
Next one is called PCP website. Oh boy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, I just want to know if theprocrastinators.com, theprocrastinatorspodcast.com, is that your guys' website? Because if so, it looks so shit. It looks so garbage.
Then it must be the one.
It is
That's
the most
that's
basic looking template ass website I've ever
You're
seen.
correct.
Yeah, but who goes on websites
If that
nowadays?
is not you guys, whoever runs that needs to clean their shit up. I'd rather have like a basic ass HTML A tag fucking garbage website than like
Wait
this
a minute.
basic template shit.
Alright,
He's
shut
right.
up.
He's not
Clean
wrong.
this shit up. If it is you guys, I know you know how to do graphic design
Okay.
because all your other
I just
websites
went
look
to
fine. So what the fuck's going
and
on?
I'm looking and I'm seeing that cactus, and frankly, I don't know. I love that cactus. If we change the website,
all right,
we lose the cactus.
First of all, that is our
That's
website.
succulent.
Second of all, the point of the website is just so that we can host it on iTunes. We didn't bother to like put any effort into designing it in any way. And third of all, what the fuck's wrong with it? It's fine. It's just a list of the episodes. Like it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be anything more than this.
Honestly, I think the only thing wrong with it is just that the image is a stock image and not like PCP branding.
True. We could
I think
change
that's the
that.
one thing,
but like
that is bad about
the template.
Other than
The
that,
template
it just looks like a normal template web.
But I think
website.
your
I don't
guy,
see what's
you
wrong
guys,
with the template.
You use
like,
WordPress,
it's very
right?
clear.
I think this person doesn't like that it's boilerplate, but like it's boilerplate on purpose. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Well, maybe you should get me to make one for you.
Wait, hold on. Let me go to. Is it gamerstavern.com or thegamerstavern.com?
Just gamerstavern.com.
Gamers.
You know, I recently
Tavern.
installed
.com.
an SSL certificate, which was pretty difficult and costed me some money. But now it's finally a secure connection.
A lot of brown. Let's check on articles. Okay. Yep. Text article. Let's check out the news. Okay, there we go. A feed going back to 2018. Oh no, it goes back further than that. There's not a single podcast on this website. How are we supposed? How could we possibly host it? This is unacceptable.
I didn't say I would host it. I meant I could make you a website for you.
Our website is immaculate. Our website is perfect. It has functioned since the time immemorial.
I feel like, having a website and like making it your own and doing like a unique design for it is cute and cool and based. And I don't knock that sort of thing. I just feel like if you have no intention to run it, there's no reason for it to not be a template. Like it's just there to be the website version of the podcast.
It's an archive.
An archive.
It gets the job done.
We are not.
That's all it needs to do.
There's no way people will find the podcast through the website. You know.
I keep thinking. Speaking of branding, speaking of PCP branded banners and imagery, I keep thinking about changing our branding. Like our branding is fucked up now. It's wrong. I hate it. I hate that every episode starts with the wheel with 9 of us when there's literally like 4 of us now.
Sometimes there's even less.
If that. I keep thinking about changing it, but it's like it's like kind of a big project, and I don't know what I would want to do with it. I don't know. What if I just announce a contest right now? Somebody fucking design us some new fucking
design a whole new intro and with animation, just
whole
with
new
me
intro,
and Ben.
Whole new name, whole new guest. We're gonna get
maybe whole new members too.
The whole thing.
Exactly. I want to overhaul the channel. It needs to look like what it is. And like now we got Mage on it, we got Devu on it, we got Munchie still on it, we got Jesse on it. Like
who are these people? They do not exist to me.
I don't remember anything before coronavirus.
I think I called one of them racist once.
Yeah. Oh, cheesy. You call everyone racist. You fucking Mexican.
I
That's a perfect counter argument.
Oh god. Is this the Ben saying is racist episode?
I did it.
He caramba.
I finally transformed. I talked shit about white boys, and Ben that pulled the trigger.
And then I cracked. You cut a liberal and a fascist, please.
He got red pilled. He got red pilled. Like, oh, you just can't trust minorities nowadays.
That's how it happens.
This is what I get. This is what I get. I tore down the wall. I let you immigrate onto the podcast, and this is how you repay me.
I guess diversity is a failed experiment.
It's not our strength. It's not our strength.
Catch the next PCP episode with Nick Fuentes on the show, friend of the show.
Yes. Based. Tim Pool might not let Nick Fuentes be on his show.
Well, we'll let him on. We'll get May on too, and they could finally.
Vile, absolutely despicable,
embarrassing.
Oh, God. Embarrassing.
Shame.
Is there?
Shame. Shaking my head. Just don't take a minute and just shake our head.
I'm doing it right now.
The 1 minute shake head.
Yes.
Can I get
in remembrance?
There are more voicemails?
There are more voicemails.
Hell yeah. Yeah, let's keep going.
This next one is called where is it? Next one is called Large Cock. 3, 2, 1, go.
God, Transformers are so fucking cool. Whoever's listening to this, stop listening to this podcast and go freaking buy some Transformers. Not from Hasbro, because they do a shitty ass job. But buy some of them sick ass custom Transformers that cost like $1,000.
This is going to be the next Persona 5.
Those things are so cool. I jack off to my Transformers every day, and I am definitely not a virgin. All right, very cool.
Wait,
the funniest thing
they
to
still
me,
sell Transformers?
This sounds like my friend Wonderwaffle.
The funniest thing to me is whenever Lindsay Ellis alludes to the fact that she used to write like erotic fucking Transformers / fiction. That's like the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Wait, she really did that?
Oh yeah.
Well,
doesn't she loves Starscream. Like,
she mentioned in like one of the latest videos. Okay, she definitely wrote fan fiction, and she was in the Transformers community. And like, come on, look at her. Look at her.
She
you know what it was.
She's into Starscream because there's like a lot of Starscream figures in the background of her videos.
That's something I didn't know about her.
A lot of women like Starscream. I don't know why.
Yeah, she's not the only one. Well, because he's bad. And that's good.
He's on the bad guy. I mean, Megatron's bad too.
But then it's time for me to get
Starscream is like trying. Starscream is like the Judah to Megatron's Jesus.
Starscream is tortured. Starscream is conflicted.
Like Megatron.
You can change Starscream.
Wait. Yeah, I'm writing all this down.
He hit you that one time, but it'll be different next time.
God. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Oh my god. I think I hate women now. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Getting Starscream pilled.
This is the new revamp of the PCP. Now extra misogynistic, extra racist.
The members of the PCP are now Ben, Gib, Tom, sometimes Digi, and Starscream.
Nice.
Next voicemail is called relationship question. Oh, this will be fun. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey there, PCP. Just want to ask a question about relationships.
Don't.
I think we haven't had one of those in a while, have we?
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's not the cringiest question. It's not, should I maybe talk to a girl? Yes, you should. Yeah, no, it's like, what do you do in a relationship? I mean, I've been in one, but it was rather short.
You just
so I don't really know what to expect of a relationship, and I think most of the stuff
there's no fucking guidebook. Just do whatever both of you want to do.
Friends,
there's like nut in their face. Like,
this is so funny.
Yeah. Thoughts?
This is a funny question. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, there is no answer.
You just it's like you do what you want to do and what they want to do, and you see what you both want to do, and then you do it, and it's usually sex.
Do you see my profile picture? And there's like a little plush version of Pasta the Clown.
I hadn't noticed.
saw that.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh
I
yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was for sale.
That was no. There's only one of them. I mean, maybe eventually it'd be pretty dope. But basically that was made by my partner. So you can make plushes for your in your relationship. There's a.
See what you need to do is you need to go and compliment your girlfriend. Say, I like the yellow in your eyes, and then she'll say, thanks. That's due to complications from my hepatitis C.
Oh yeah, and that will get a dialogue going. Back and forth.
You look like you've seen a ghost in this picture.
Oh,
you look like you've seen Luna.
Nice. This is actually based on a music video from one of my favorite artists, and I actually added him when I made this picture, and he retweeted it. He's a cool guy. His name is Thundercat. Just look at the. You don't have to watch the video. Just look at the video, the thumbnail.
The background looks a little bit like Lisa the First.
It looks like one of those backgrounds from Earthbound.
Earthbound. Yeah.
The background was made by my friend Pug Ugly. He's a cool guy.
I started the video and it looks the same as the thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said you don't have to watch the video. Yeah. You just look at the thumbnail. That's what it's based on. I like making my profile pictures based off of like album covers or like anything kind of music related. My profile picture before this one was based on a Tyler the Creator album cover.
Man, I was tempted the other day to change my Twitter avatar. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna change. I love my current Discord avatar, but I've had it for a long time. It's Kazi's drawing of me from the RFCK con. I'm gonna change it. I'm not ready to change my Twitter, my 3D avatar by Calazar. But I think I'm gonna change my Discord avatar to be that Gen 4 scientist sprite from Pokemon, which is the best and looks exactly like me.
You should commission someone to make it a little bit closer to what you look like now.
Why would I do that when I can just do it my fucking self?
All right, fine. All right. Okay, all right. You do it. All right. Okay. All right.
Oh, Ben is an artist.
No thanks.
Okay, look. Oh my God, I only made one circumcision joke. You don't gotta get so upset with me. All right.
You are on thin ice. You are this close to being out of here. The next voicemail is called Cross. Bad way to wake up. Falling off a bunk bed. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh God. Jesus.
Oh,
That's certainly a way to get out of your bed in the morning.
That kind of reminds me of
I think video. Cross is in voice jail.
I think he's got out.
I guess he's out. Congratulations,
that was funny.
Cross.
He just fell out of bed.
This kind of reminds me of the video Alien Misfortune. It's only like a 7-second video, but it's kind of literally that.
Aliens. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it's Psychic Pebbles.
Yeah.
Aliens Misfortune. Yep. Yep. What a shame. What a damn shame for that blue boy. All right. Next one is called.
I always like me some Psychic Pebbles.
I love Psychic Pebbles.
It's just called Mozilla Fennekin, named after its author. One assumes. 3, 2, 1, go.
So Ellen Page has transitioned into Elliot Page, and I think that's pretty fucking dope. But therein lies a problem I've made for myself. I've dead named this person using the name that they've left behind.
So why'd you do it?
But what I want to know is, and I mean this with no disrespect, I fully support trans rights. I love what Elliot is doing and all. I just want to know, like, how do we go about talking about people in the past tense from when they used their former name? Like, Elliot, it will be Elliot going forward. No debate. Anyone who disagrees and is like, they're always going to be Ellen to me and they're women. Like, these people should be burned alive by fire. But their former name is engraved in our culture. You know, they still exist in the past. And I think that just because you change your name, change your identity, it doesn't mean that that past version is erased. Is it wrong to think that way? And if so, first of all, I apologize. And also, how can this dilemma be solved? I would really love to know from people who know way more about this than me.
Doesn't I mean, okay,
it's a small dilemma, but like I think that the reason you would refrain from using their old name is on the off chance that they would hear it and like I don't know, they don't like to hear it.
Yeah.
It's not that it's incorrect. It's just that it's like potentially upsetting.
I'm pretty sure that like by and large, most people who transition want you to refer to them by their new name, even retroactively. Like, pretty sure that's generally the thing. Like I think the only one. Okay, I don't know if this even is like a good example. Like Chris Chan is a weird example because she literally like refers to her past pre-transition self as like a male and like a different person. So, but she's like the only one that I know. Like, ContraPoints didn't she say one time that like she doesn't consider herself to have always been a woman? She considers herself to have been a man who became a woman, but she still goes by Natalie. She doesn't refer to old self as.
I guess
I don't even remember what her old name was.
Depends on the person. I think
it depends on the person.
I mean, yeah, because trans people aren't a hive mind.
Yeah, seems like the most people say just use the new name.
I think
yeah.
But
I think a lot
in the case of a celebrity, it's going to be kind of impossible to get away from your old identity because of how popular you were in pop culture.
Yeah,
I mean
that's true.
It'll still be listed on old movies with the old name and stuff. I mean, like, what can you do?
What a lot of news articles have been doing that I kind of appreciate is like they'll say like former star of Juno or star of Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I mean you can say
now
it's not wrong to say like Elliot Page, formerly known as Ellen Page, right? Like that's
yeah,
fine.
it's not about it being wrong. It's I really think it's just about that because when it's on a smaller scale with a person like a personal friend, you wouldn't talk to them and use the old name for fear that they would not appreciate it. When it's a famous person, it is a little bit different, but I don't think, like, if you're interviewing them, you don't need to use the old name necessarily, and it would be maybe kind of rude, depending on the person that they are. I think, as a general rule, you should try not to, just because it'll be easier for people to get used to the new name. But for historical purposes, when you're talking about the actors from a film, I don't know, like
as long as you're not like it's condescending about it, or
as long as it's not overtly confusing, I don't think it should be too difficult to retroactively use the new name, unless if Ellen at the time started with a person who was called Elliot, and then you talk about the film and you say Elliot, who are you talking about? That's maybe a thing, but
yeah. So I mean, it seems like use the new name unless there's some like specific reason not to. Like, unless you need to bring up the old name for some like specific purpose.
There might be like little niche like little moments where you're gonna have to, but like that's probably gonna be incredibly rare. I mean, I don't know how actively y'all be watching Umbrella Academy or like Juno or all the other classic Elliot Page.
I've never seen anything that Elliot has ever been in to my knowledge.
Not even Juno.
I've never seen Juno.
Juno is literally the Vapors the movie.
Really?
That's
funny.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool. Good.
I mean, it could be. I don't know. I gotta rewatch Juno. I haven't seen it in a while.
It's Vapors 4, the movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Magda gets pregnant by Vincent.
That's a fucked up.
She gets like quote unquote pregnant, but it's actually like a stuffed toy she shoves up her shirt, and people think she's pregnant.
Vagina. Oh.
Wow, what a lying cunt! I can't believe it.
Well, she gets a big poobah.
She poops out a poobah child. That could be like that could be a dream sequence.
That could be illegal. That could be erased from living memory.
Hey,
I think
I've just remembered that. Have you seen? I don't know whether you would have, but there's this I don't know what you would call it. I guess it's a dojin, and it's mostly safe for work. But it's basically the tale of this person who is literally Vincent from the Vapors, who is like a spoiled rich kid, and this maid who is a lot taller than him, and he gets mad about her being tall, and he treats her like shit.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
And she continues growing because she's like having growth spurts, and it's like that's a fetish thing. It's like really tall, like 3 meters tall. He's like 1 meter something or other, and he thinks, stupid woman, she can't beat me. I'm the coolest guy ever. It's literally Vincent. It's really funny.
Sounds pretty cool.
No, I'm not familiar.
Let me link.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Vincent's not a rich kid.
Well, it's just how he looks, and his attitude is very similar.
Referring to the personality. Oh damn, Ben, you should read more Daniel Klaus. Because Vincent,
did he do Ghost World?
Yeah, he did Ghost World, but
yeah,
a lot of his characters feel like Vincent types.
Yeah, I haven't read that much of him, but I could see that.
You should read wait, let me look. It's called David Boring. That's like my favorite Daniel Klaus
David
book.
Boring?
Yeah, David Boring.
I've never heard of that. Okay.
It's pretty good. I read it when I was 14, and I was like, "Whoa, literally me! This is literally me." And then now I read it when I'm older, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that was literally me." But now I'm older and more mature and more wiser.
And I recognize that it sucks.
Yeah, and I recognize like where David Boring fucked up. Like, oh my god, I know why. Like he doesn't have a happy ending. I know why he fucked up because I learned, Morty.
Yeah,
that was my experience playing Final Fantasy VIII. At the time, I felt exactly like Squall from the game, and that was pretty embarrassing.
Squall is disgusting, and I loathe him. Because he's handsome. That's the only reason.
Yeah, same.
And it makes me mad. I'm naturally competitive with handsome men. I want to destroy them, so I look better by comparison.
I can't help. I want to destroy them anally at handsome men.
Look at the tits. Look at those tits. Look at them.
I like tits.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's basically this. He's short and he's mad about it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, master." It's very funny and sexual.
When do they bone?
I think
N days left until the master gets shown his place by the maid. What does that mean?
You're gonna have to read to find out.
Oh God, I guess I have to
Japanese
read to
sure
find
are
out.
great, making great stuff.
He's like half the size of her vagina. That's crazy.
He could go all the way in.
He could.
Think about it.
Oh,
I'm thinking about it.
I'm skipping through it. He's fucking ripped. He's fucking got a 6-pack.
He can become an explorer.
You're not allowed to read. Okay, I'm gonna read. Oh, it's 55 pages. Oh, jeez.
Who fucking reads dojins? I'm fucking just.
It doesn't get like particularly sexual, like nudity wise.
It ends on a cliffhanger, so it's like, whoa, in the next installment, they're gonna bone, maybe.
I do see panties, though.
Yeah.
I do see panties. So that's...
Anyway, I've always thought this guy was just Vincent.
Okay, the boobs are out, though. It's the... Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, boobs. I can't control myself.
Everybody just cool. Off for a second here. We gotta take a chill.
Take a little smoke of that weed.
Take a little take a little toke of the trees there. Oh, top of the morning to you. Okay, whatever. Hey, fuck you. Next voicemail. Here it is. You're coming right at you. This one is called Neon Phimosis Evangelion.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Fuck circumcision, I'm interested on discussions from the podcast was good. Specifically, I was thinking about the time when Ben got mad because you guys were praising a scene from Steven Universe where they used choreography from Revolutionary Girl Utana. Specifically, DJ, I believe, was praising it because he's very in for you wearing your levers on your sleeve. And I think I come up with a nice argument why that shit is good. Because when you construct a phrase, use words that existed before, but what is of most value is the meaning of the phrase. What you're coming up that's new, even if what you're using are old, like century-old words.
Okay.
So what it evokes, the meaning it evokes when the choreography is used in Steven Universe, immediately brings to your mind the themes of devotion and gender that use in Utana.
Yes.
And it is specifically meaningful for the character of Pearl and the episode, and it's good. And that was my point.
I understand.
So good to be smarter than Ben.
I don't agree with that. Equating using words that have already existed to using a shot-for-shot scene choreography for like an animated bit, because you don't use those as words. That's just a reference.
Okay, that I think he said that as like an analogy, and I kind of understand that. I think his main point was that using the scene, not parodying, but basically recreating the Utina scene is like shorthand to evoke all the emotions and the feelings and stuff that one would associate with Utina, which is true.
I haven't seen Utina.
But I don't really think that was the intent of that scene. And I don't think they expected that like most people watching Steven Universe would have seen Utina and like know what that is and have those emotions come. I kind of think it was just like a reference for reference sake.
I mean, they just thought it'd be cool. Like, oh, we like this anime. Let's reference it in our show because we like this anime.
I mean, I think that what he's saying a reference is. I think that what he's describing, you can do that with a reference, but I don't think that's what this one was doing. I really don't.
I remember the argument being that you just thought that it wasn't like you thought it was cool that Steven Universe had that bit of animation, but when you found out that it was a reference, it felt less interesting. And then other people, the others were trying to argue I thought it was a cool looking scene, but then when I found out that it was just copied from somewhere else, I was like, oh, well then I'm not that impressed because they didn't come up with it.
Wasn't it that you were arguing that it's more better to come up with something original than to make a reference?
Yeah, eventually I did. We did kind of break it down to the point that I just think that being original makes a thing better. Even if everything else is the same.
To me, it just depends.
I think it depends as well. But in that one,
I'm saying all else being the same, an original thing is better just by virtue of being original. I still
isn't everything just copied from somewhere else?
Isn't just Villainverse the bad guys club? Actually, there's no story in Bad Guys Club. They're just characters. They have no story. But
yeah, I don't think you can you can argue that a reference is like never as good as something original. If you do say like all else being the same, you're basically talking about the reference and the original and which one is better. And I don't even know whether that's always true.
I mean, what's like...
Okay, obviously it's an imperfect comparison. Yeah, obviously there will never be a case where one thing is original and another thing is derivative, but they're the same, because that doesn't make any sense. One of them had to come first.
I think... Isn't like a lot of the media you like, Ben, is like, oh, this pre-existing character, but they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Isn't that like a lot of what you dig?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Like Tails gets trolled. Tails gets trolled, Mr. Boop.
Oh god damn, you're absolutely right. Oh my god.
You do like that, like, oh, pre-existing character, but they're not supposed to be doing this, guys.
Well, in that, like, yeah, in those contexts, I think that you do carry over the whole cultural cachet of like Pac-Man. You bring him into the story, and it brings something to it, to a deliberate effect, or maybe not deliberate, but to a specific effect. I mean, okay.
Oh, so like to make a distinction,
the story of
then...
Tales Gets Trolled could not be told. It just couldn't. It wouldn't be the same without those stolen characters.
I agree.
Yeah.
But could I make a distinction? Would it be like Pac-Man the character being in a comic versus a reference to how Pac-Man dies, going like that?
Yeah.
Like that being the reference used. That would be like it's an unoriginal thing. Versus Pac-Man literally being in there.
I think that like that's so like
no, what I'm trying to get at is like there's a difference between referencing something and using something that already exists. Because then the argument of a reference is like, is it better than the original, or like would it be better if it was its own original thing rather than the reference? And if you're talking about Tales Gets Trolled, it's a different sort of question.
Maybe I'm being a little too hard on the scene, because I think that maybe the point maybe there is a point. Like the point is to compare Pearl to Utina, which is like fair because I guess I've never seen Utina, but she's like a knight or something, and she's like I don't know, she's heroic, she's a protector of
one of them has
women
a big
or something.
nose.
Okay.
Whoa, just like Pearl.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I guess
spiky nose.
I guess maybe it kind of does do that.
Damn, it only took 100 episodes to convince.
But
Ben.
I don't think that they expect. I guess it's like an Easter egg. It's like an Easter egg, and if you've seen Utina, you might be like, oh, I recognize the scene. And it fits because Pearl is kind of like that.
Well, isn't most references like Easter eggs?
Yeah,
I guess they are.
I referenced the movie. I referenced the movie Cannibal Holocaust in Villainverse. Classic.
Because you can never guarantee that your audience is going to get a reference. There's always going to be some people who don't get it.
Yeah,
you can expect that everyone will, that basically everyone will get.
Well, like, okay, this kind of brings me back to when I said I watched the show Legends of Tomorrow. I literally watched that show for the references, because Legend of Tomorrow references a lot of like DC comic characters, like very obscure characters, and every time they do, I do the soy boy face, you know the face, with the Nintendo Switch. Like I'm watching Legends of Tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, Bwana Beast, oh, I know that guy. And they do the fucking face. That's my enjoyment of the show.
That's fine. I get it.
Getting references is pretty cool.
I guess I was a little wrong. I guess I don't know. I appreciate the reference a little more now that I think about it, but I still think that originality is a virtue.
I agree. Like, yeah. Luckily, like the majority of Steven Universe is original.
True.
Yeah.
But as long as they're not constantly doing references, then it's fine to have one every once in a while.
Yeah.
I never said it wasn't fine. It didn't add anything to it for me, so I was like, oh, that's lame.
I've always held the opinion that a reference should be like able to be enjoyed without getting it. And if understanding Utina is important to getting that is a cool action shot, then it's a bad reference. But you could easily enjoy it without knowing that.
Yeah, it just had to like
like how I used this famous wave in the Lord of Ghosts. It's like it illustrates that there's a storm, but it's also like, haha, I know that picture.
It's a pretty good
positive.
The use of the wave here is meant as shorthand to evoke all the feelings of the original, bigness and wetness.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, I do the same thing with my last panel for this page right here. If you look in the background, like the silhouettes of those like characters that are impaled, that's a reference to the movie Cannibal Holocaust, where people get like impaled through their asshole out of their mouths.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's supposed.
Oh, that happens. That happens in reverse in Infinite Jest.
Nice.
Spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Wahoo! Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next voicemail is called. Are you ready? It's called "I Am Gay." 3, 2, 1, go.
This episode and the one with the girl from New Guy were infuriating to me because of the self-importance, the implied self-importance that the guest spoke with that went unchecked, despite it being uninteresting and unintelligent because of the agreeable nature of you guys.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. I hate this. I see this argument all the time. Like, the comic...
I'm not quite sure what he's saying.
Okay, so he's saying basically that Mallory's comic with the dog, like, people's problem is like, oh no, she's just so self-important about stealing. It's like, no, she wasn't. The character just does it in a panel. It literally, like, there's no, like, kind of like, oh...
Yeah, wait, is that... I thought this guy was saying something about Logic.
No, he said Mallory. And self-importance, I think, right?
He was very hard to deter. Like, I couldn't really.
Well, Mallory and Logic don't start with the M.
I took something completely. I thought he was saying that, like, we let Logic talk for too long because we were too nice and we didn't. Why did I get a completely different message?
Hang on, I'm re-listening to it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, girl from New Guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Mallory. Yeah, he's talking about Mallory because he says because Mallory also did the New Guy. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate these motherfuckers. It's so like, oh my god, it's so. I'm gonna say it. Everyone who's mad at that comic is fucking cucked. I'll say that.
I agree. I don't get it at all because it's bizarre.
Because it's kind of like, so do you think that a retail worker should be fired if like someone steals? Like if just someone steals, the retail worker should be fired? Because like it seems like people say like, because a lot of people said that, oh, like the retail worker could potentially be fired if you rob the store, and it's like, so you're kind of missing the point that that's like worse than like robbing a store, right? That you shouldn't.
The point, yeah. The problem there is that they can be fired for that.
Right. Exactly.
Which mostly they can't be. Like in America, that's not legal. I mean, it might happen, but it's not normal.
Oh my god. I a lot of what Mallory said, like I did see too that she was talking about how like there was also like several lefties who also like weren't on her side about it, which is so crazy because like you should like a lefty should realize like actually like a boss shouldn't be allowed to fire any retail worker, that because as a retail worker you're
I question what your fucking what theory have you been reading if you are not on board with this? It's really stupid.
I literally have not read any fucking theory, but like
not you specifically. This hypothetical person.
I get what you mean, but I'm saying you don't even have to read theory to be aware that like that's kind of a worse situation than like someone just like stealing, right? Like there's so many people. I saw this one long ass post where someone was talking about that was their old job, like, oh, if someone stole, we would get like potentially fired or written up. And then I asked them like, so do you think that you and your fellow employees should have like unionized or commenced a strike or something, or would have been down for a co-op or whatever? And they never fucking replied. Like it's so, Jesus Christ.
It's literally like the logic of like, oh, stealing is bad because the boss might get mad and fire the employee. It's literally like, oh,
you can't, don't disturb the
like,
beast. We must pay homage to the beast.
It's literally like, oh, no, you shouldn't fuck with that guy. You shouldn't fuck with that guy because he'll get mad and beat up his girlfriend later. It's and she'll deserve it because you made him mad.
It's like that logic where it's all like, haha, have you not heard of death by cops? So you're saying that like cops are just like killers, like we shouldn't fuck with them? Like they're by default like these bears that like, oh, if you don't listen to what they say, they could fucking murder you. So you think cops are monsters then technically? But you're like missing the fucking point.
And that's why they're good, and that's why we should obey them. Because they're so powerful and they'll fucking murder you, which is good, and I like that.
Right, exactly. As a libertarian, I love that.
Kind of like a pessimistic, like doomer mentality almost.
Exactly.
Like that we can't do anything about it, so we just have to like bend the knee to whatever is in charge.
It's capitalist. It's capitalist realism. It's like there's no changing this. This is an immutable law of nature. The immutable law of nature is that stealing is wrong because bosses will fire their employees for things that are out of their control, and we just have to accept that.
Unironically, I think the only lefty that I saw who was like wasn't defending Mallory, but he wasn't like saying like stealing is bad. I think is Vosh, because I think I saw him mentioned in one tweet saying like I'm seeing this whole thing about like whether or not I should steal from a retail store, and he's like, literally, who fucking cares? Because it's a fucking like stealing is a symptom of a bigger fucking problem. Yeah, it's not like stopping. Like you don't really fucking stop the problem if you just stop fucking stealing. It's these motherfuckers who think that that real life works like fucking Batman. Like Batman isn't fucking making a difference at all. That's why he lives in a fucking cartoon world where it only fucking works there. I'm so I'm mad. I'm heated.
No, yeah, yep. It sucks. This is a fucking
I always say
trigger
that
for me. This is a hot
stealing is okay so long as the cops aren't around.
Man, fuck the cops.
Yeah, fuck the cops.
Fuck the police.
They should. Hey, you know what would be really cool is if there were never any cops around anywhere.
True that.
If we didn't pay for them, we could have a world.
And another fucking thing that people ignored with the whole with that whole comic is that retail workers steal more than like customers. Like retail workers, like 80% of retail workers steal just from their job. Way more than any customer can.
Probably true, but also bosses steal more from their workers.
Oh, that's true.
Than even that.
They're stealing your
stealing your overtime pay.
Motherfuckers be talking I hate stealing. Well, you should probably hate like how much fucking.
You should probably hate wage theft because it's like 100 fucking times losses due to shoplifting.
You should see how much
fucking moron.
You should see how much of the biggest fucking criminal in the world is literally Jeff Bezos because he's stealing from everybody.
No. He earned that. He made a big website.
Man. That's how Villainverse gonna end. At the end, the villain's gonna turn to the camera and say, "The real villain is Jeff Bezos."
The real.
And then he shows up. He shows up and he shoots the villain. He's like, "Now I'm number one." Is what he's.
Can you just have a character like a villain in the world just be Jeff Bezos and like he just appears maybe like 2 or 3 times in like the middle of a brawl?
You should have a guy called Chef Bezos and he has like a spatula.
Just have regular, completely normal Jeff Bezos in the middle of all these chainsaw-headed freaks and stuff. He's just on the list. He's down at like maybe number like 10 or 11. Respectable.
I'm not okay. I know I've been joking that I'm spoiling the ending, but I don't want to give you guys. I'll tell you guys this spoiler after we're done recording.
All right, deal.
Jeff
Bezos. We'll have Eleazar put it in the bonus cut.
And be making a lot of money on that bonus.
I need to get my royalties from spoiling Villainverse.
No.
Wow.
You can only get royalties if you're royal.
Nobody gets paid here on the Pro Crastinators podcast. That is the rule. All right, pro tag. 3, 2, 1, go.
No. Stop. Every single voicemail been saying this, been saying that, been saying what else.
That's true. I'm popular.
No. Stop. We done. This done. Gibbon, you pro tag now. Congratulations.
What accent was that?
I'm the pro tag now.
No, they said Gibbon's the pro tag now. Yeah, where's all the voicemails saying that I should give back the scroll?
Where's the arc? Yeah, where's Gibbon's arc about being hunted down by her sensei?
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I blame capitalism. And Ben and everyone's so fucking brave. It was a brave statement to make.
Pretty brave.
Yeah, but I'm saying everyone is so capitalistic pilled that they see Ben the anti-capitalist and they need to attack him like he's a virus. Right. They need to take him out of the system. Giv's catchphrase isn't I blame capitalism, so she never gets shit on or anything. You gotta be more contentious.
Well,
I don't know. I guess I do
That's-
have to be more contentious. Like, unironically,
That's why
nobody
that's
talks
why we
about me
call her-
ever.
That's why we call her Gib the Lib.
Gib
No,
the
very-
Lib.
Very, very cringe.
well, if-
I'm not like vicious enough or
That's right.
like pathetic.
You don't get
enough.
mad enough.
I don't know.
And
When I was, you're not pathetic.
I'm too strong.
Unfortunately, when I decided to tenderize my chicken cutlets for fried chicken the other day at 1 a.m. and woke up my roommates, one of my roommates asked me, "Hey Ben, this reminds me, why do I hear pounding noises from your room like all the time?" And I was like, "Oh, that's when I read tweets that make me really angry and I can't control myself, and I just pound on my desk."
so that's what that was.
I thought you were gonna say like that's when I'm fucking mad pussy dog. That's what the pounding is.
No,
I can
never.
be mad. It's
Never
just,
that.
It's just that when I get too mad, it's sort of like uncomfortable, and nobody likes it, and I don't like it, and it's sort of.
I wonder if I'm
it's
gonna
cringe.
Well, if
Like,
you
I
want to, be
yeah.
the pro tag, you're gonna have to show up more often.
What?
If you want to be the protagonist, you're gonna have to show up more often.
I show up
You're
every
gonna
time.
have to. You're gonna have to have an arc. I'm
I
sorry,
mean-
but you have to do it.
I mean, I guess it kind of works. Like, Gib is the one everyone loves, and Ben is the one everyone hates. You know, it's a balance.
You're gonna
that
need
makes sense.
You're gonna need to undergo some character development. You're
Look,
pretty
next-
You're pretty lacking in character.
Next episode, Ben becomes the lib, and Gib becomes the anarchist.
We have a brain transplant.
Yeah, your blade transplant.
Just like, I don't know. I could be more mean. I don't know. I'm not like, I'm not cool to do that. I'm not good at.
I
Like, if we're talking like character archetypes, like I'm definitely the baby face of the PCP. I'm always like the good person, and I'm always right
You're
and
the
smart
chopper.
and the
You're the
best.
chopper.
Yeah, you're the chopper.
I'm the chopper, and I've been like fucking turned into a stuffed animal that doesn't do anything.
Just need to.
It makes it feel any better. I see endless love for Gib in the Ben Saint Discord all the time. I think.
Just got to do more puns.
Where? Tell me next time, and I'll ban whoever's doing it.
One of them is your mods, and I.
One of them is your
like
mom.
half the people in there are my mods.
That is
Or
true.
just ban your mods.
That is. Yeah.
There's a real glut of mods. Somebody needs to clean house. We need to do some cleansing in there. All right. Next voicemail. Next voicemail is called Life Skills. 3, 2, 1, go.
Say it with me. Sucking dick is a basic life skill and not a gender role.
Kind of agree.
They should teach it in school.
Kind of agree. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta suck a little dick. You know, to like, I sucked a lot of dick to get on this podcast.
Got me. Oh, that's boy. You can say that again. It gotten me out of a jam or two once.
That's
in
A jam when I had too much cum, and I just needed to get rid of it.
Just
It's like, my balls are so full, but there's no receptacle. Who could get me out of this fucking
my
jam?
balls, they're so full. Oh, I haven't jerked off in weeks. Now they're
That's
massive.
That's pretty much the one jam it can get you out.
I've done no nut November. My balls have grown huge. They're so full. Oh.
They're like
I read a manga. I read a manga about going through No Nut November and building up all the cum and then just exploding at the end of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing those.
Yeah,
I mean, it's how it is. It's how it be sometimes.
You got it's trendy. You know, it's topical. Right.
Very topical.
Yeah, you know, you gotta.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's on the level.
You gotta be a marketer for your cum.
Next voicemail is called Mozilla Fennekin, but after listening to the entire podcast. 3, 2, 1, go.
I absolutely loved that fucking worthless consumer of oxygen that you had on the last episode. It wasn't bad enough that he absolutely sucked shit at telling stories, but he goes on about how he worked this job that was, it was so horrible. I had to stand around with a fucking broom for 7 hours. Oh, God, help me. Oh, fuck, I got bored at my job. Wow, I feel so bad for you. You work a job that was just fucking boring. You didn't have anything to do. Oh no. Here's how you can fix that. Since this is such a crippling issue for you, go work at a Taco Bell. Go work at a fucking Amazon center. Yeah, these places suck shit and you will lose your humanity, but hey, you have something to do and they'll hire literally anybody. They will hire your fucking worthless ass that types at 30 words per minute, which makes it even funnier that he's sitting in the fucking PCP comment section going, no, fucking shut up. God, I absolutely, and then he cusses out his job coach or who the fuck ever. Oh, because I get mad at women. I'm so edgy. I'm so fucking interesting. Wow, Ben, I thought you hated bread. Why did you get a fucking bread fetishist on the show? No more bread. No more bread fetishists on the PCP or whatever. They're fucking worthless. You've been knocking it out with the guests. I love Gamers Tavern. I love that low art guy. Love everyone else. But that guy fucking sucked. Fuck him. Bye.
Oh wow, I was mentioned here.
Look how invested you are. No, you think that guest sucked, but he got you invested. Yeah. You know what? This is what he was here to make you mad, and he did it.
It's that strategy, you get something that you get Mallory and all the right wingers shit on her, and then you get Merlogic and all the left guy shit on him.
I don't even think you have to be a lefty to
actually no. Merlogic is just like a general piece of shit.
Yeah, just generally annoying. Just purely for the fact that they couldn't tell a story at all.
I'm pretty sure that Merlogic, I'm pretty sure that he, like, remember how hard it was to drag out of him, like, what he does for money?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure he's just on unemployment, like tons of people are right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure he just, like, wouldn't say it because, I don't know, he was embarrassed or something. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what he was dancing around.
Damn.
Which is very weird.
It's
I just wanted to talk about funny bitches with their bread. That's all I wanted. I wanted to ask him if he had read Homestuck, but by the time I hadn't, do you ever heard of Vriska Circuit? And it was like it was going to be a funny thing, but like it was too late. I was done.
Vriska Circuit deforesting the land of
Alternia.
I noticed he's
Is there a planet with trees?
The troll planet has trees. This Alternia has trees.
No, I mean like a spurb planet.
I
mean like a spurb planet.
I noticed he's kind of going through all the comments and replying to all of them. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. He wrote like 100. Like half the comments on the last episode are him.
It's like he's replying to every single comment.
Did he reply to me? Ooh, I'm gonna check. Let's see what he said.
Pretty weird.
I did call him a Nazi too.
I don't know, guys. Can't we just enjoy an asshole?
Yeah, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
No, I love assholes, but like in fucking fiction.
I understand people not liking the guest. I was a little surprised by how people were like mad about the fact that the guest was unlikable. To me, that does not seem like an inherent problem.
Yeah, it's an investment. Yeah, people are getting engaged. Like, I don't fuck with this guy. I'm gonna fucking reply to him.
It's like the Disney World policy is like a bad experience that's been made up for is better than a good experience. So it's like I give you Stockholm syndrome. Like I make you listen to a bad guest, and then I apologize in the next episode, and then you love me more than you did in the first place.
Sometimes
I convince you that it was all part of the plan.
Sometimes a bad guest can provide you with more entertainment.
Trust the plan.
I think actually
trust the plan.
That's why I think Dick Masterson sometimes gets really terrible guests just to basically make fun of them or allow them to make fun of themselves by just saying the weird stuff they say.
I think he unironically likes all the bad ones because he seems to be in pretty friendly relationship with anybody on the cast.
I mean, Dick just is, I don't know, he likes to extend the olive branches just for politeness sake?
So
that he can have them on the show.
He loves not wisely, but too well.
I think he's just.
He loves not wisely, but too well.
I mean,
you know?
sure, like he's
classic Byronic hero.
I think he just
nice guy. Nice guy. Sucks that 50% of the guests are Nazis, but nice guy, I guess.
I think he just BS's a lot of them to trick them to come onto his show more.
What was that?
I don't watch that fucking show.
I think he just pretends to be nice to a lot of them just to trick them to continue to coming on to his show and provide more entertainment.
My impression has been, I feel like he's choking back. He's pretending. He's sort of holding back his laughter.
Yeah.
At least some. I don't know how often. But at least sometimes.
I haven't listened to one of his shows in a while, but yeah, it does a lot of them when they're very strange. I remember a guy who's like all talking about black pills and stuff extremely seriously.
Oh, is it Cernovich?
Yeah, Mike Cernovich.
Yeah.
That guy's a fucking monster.
Oh yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
Real garbage.
That was a weird experience.
I think Asterios Kokonos figured that out, and that's why he's like not even on the show anymore.
That's what I thought. I mean, but I can't find any record that but Asterios left for that. It doesn't seem like there's any public falling out between them at all.
No, they didn't have I think Asterios knows that if he does have a falling out with Dick, it's basically over for him because his community is just too tied with the Dick show. So it's kind of like I'd be too fucking risky of a move. I already built like an internet presence, and Dick is sad. Not sadly, but like he's attached to that, and now like if I shit on him or because he is much more like liberal. I think he's gotten more liberal the more
I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate on Asterios's interiority. But I will say that for my part, if I were close with the Dick show and I decided I didn't like it anymore and I didn't want to be a part of it anymore, I would be very afraid to like alienate that whole group.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of them, and I feel like a lot of them are highly amoral, and who knows what the fuck they would do.
Unironically, it's
I think the ship has already sailed on that one.
Literally nobody who listens to the Dick show listens to the PCP. Not a single solitary soul. I guarantee and I promise.
Hell yeah, that's I 100% confirm. Literally, I know every fan of the PCP.
I know every single person that listens to the show because there's like 100 of them, and they just listen like 20 times each, and that's why we get a few thousand views.
But I remember specifically one time Dick had this weird, creepy stalker guy on his show, and he was pretending to be nice to him just to have him say weird stuff, and the guy didn't figure it out. I think his name is Chris the Kiwi or something like that. And
that rings a bell.
Eventually he figured out that Dick was just BSing him, and now he hates Dick and is trying to dox him and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate I would hate someone that did that to me too.
I think there's only a handful of people who could potentially dox Dick, because I think he unironically does like live in like some secret hideout, kind of, does he? I remember Diggy saying something like that.
In a side of a mountain in Los Angeles.
Yeah, like that's how his show starts. It says like from a hidden base in the mountains.
Hidden bunker in the side of the mountain in the city of failure.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and I think Digi did confirm that is accurate, but Digi did not disclose the location.
And he's got he's got mines and bazookas and sniper rifles. No one can take him.
I mean, true. No one can take out Dick, and I don't want Dick to get doxxed. I don't think he deserves to get doxxed.
Nobody does.
I
assumed he just lived in the fucking city. I didn't know any of this.
There's a handful of people I think who deserve to get doxxed, but I won't say.
I mean, some people deserve.
I don't want to jinx
literally anything that might happen to them.
Look, some people just want to watch the world burn.
That's right.
Exactly. How many more voicemails we got?
There are exactly 2 more voicemails.
Hell yeah.
And this next one is called Mad. 3, 2, 1, go.
You stupid motherfuckers kept sucking the Wonder Bread guy's dick because he blows his welfare money on stupid fucking commissions, and because he kept repeating this catchphrase like what was it? Because
I'm
they do it
sorry,
for
he's
free.
a funny
They do
kook.
it for
He's a
free. It's
funny
not.
kook.
He didn't make that up. He got it from Fortune
Yeah,
or
that was
whatever
a 4chan
website he goes
phrase.
to.
I see.
Yeah, the
Because
janitors do it
he
for free.
didn't
That's a
repeat it because
4chan
he's a
meme.
genius. He repeated because he's an artist. He doesn't know how else to speak. He's an obsessive, fucking stupid motherfucker. And that how you guys came off on this episode. Really dumb, agreeable pieces of shit.
I think
God, this guy hates it when we're agreeable.
I think
I mean, it was Digi who called him a genius marketer. I didn't know it was from 4chan.
yeah, that was very kind of like.
It was just I don't know.
Digi thinks that guy's a genius.
Wow, Digi's easily impressed by something stupid. Amazing.
It's that.
I don't know. I did feel a bit bad like afterwards because I was like, I wasn't prepared for all of this stupid political stuff that they had in their head. I thought it was just the Wonder Bread guy. I didn't know anything else about them. And so listening to that, I was sitting there listening to them prattle on about like conspiracies, and I'm like, I need to tell this guy to stop because it's stupid, but I don't want to come across like I don't know what I'm talking about. I couldn't formulate like an argument. I wasn't really in the right mindset to like argue with someone about that loudly.
I had the sense that he was that kind of guy, but I also kind of just didn't want to talk about that with him because like who cares what he thinks about any of that stuff?
I mean that's that's the thing. Like it's kind of like I think about this too because sometimes I want to have potential guests that I disagree with on my podcast, the Cheesy Cast YouTube channel, by the way.
Link in the description.
But I'm thinking like the thing is like if you ask them to get on and it's like you're not paying them to get on, it's kind of like you kind of gotta be nice to them. Unless you're like I'm not gonna be rude to the guests like right to their face. I'm gonna wait until they leave and then do it behind their back. Unless you're like debating them or something. Unless it's like a blood sport thing. Or if you're paying them, I feel like if you pay a guest, you're probably allowed to be a piece of shit to them.
I'm gonna at least wait until the episode is all recorded,
Look,
and then before I start an argument.
Look, if it makes you feel any better, What's great about
me of that time that what was his name? Bill
Murray.
A talk show host guy. He had who was liberal.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, he had Milo on his show, and everybody really didn't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill.
Well, Milo's a fucking piece of shit.
You can have people on the show you disagree with. Doesn't mean that you agree with them.
Isn't it Bill Maher?
Is it Mayer? I thought it was Mar.
It's Maher.
I mean, what's kind of fucked up about that is, Bill Maher. Or
Okay.
Bill Maher, what kind of fucked up about the Bill Maher shit is that he was very friendly to Milo, like very fucking friendly. And then when Milo got exposed as a pedo apologist, he was acting like, oh, well, you see, Bill was trying to claim that he was the one behind it, even though it was like the drunken peasants who exposed him as like a pedo apologist, right?
Yeah.
I heard something about that.
Yeah.
Either way, it's pretty obvious that Bill Maher didn't agree with Milo at all about most of the things he said. And that was made obvious on the show as well.
I haven't seen
it, so
I haven't watched it in a long time. Maybe I remember Bill Maher being very friendly, but I guess he was just friendly. Maybe he did disagree with a lot of things.
Yeah, but being friendly doesn't mean you agree with the other person.
True.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
I don't know. I personally have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I haven't seen the thing. I never saw the thing.
What's great about this episode is that, like, instead of like you shitting on the guest, you get the guest of the next episode to shit on the previous one. Like I
do it for me.
I mean, I did it for you. Basically, I hopped in, and one of the first things I said was like, Merlogic is a Nazi. He clearly has Nazi vibes.
I think he's just a shitty libertarian. Which, like, I mean, sort of tomato.
I mean, like,
when push comes to shove.
When the push comes to shove, like, I know whose side they're on.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not see that coming.
I should have because or I did because like before, like I talked to him very briefly like before the episode, like just to tell him like, you know, get him in the server, tell him like how we record and stuff with the time. Unlike some people, I told the guests when we record the podcast. And even then he started talking about Jannies and how the Jannies do it for free, like in text. And I had to tell him, like, listen, I have to go make curry now. I can't just talk about that.
I knew there was gonna be a problem when he mentioned that he was like a fan of legendary Ben Saint enemy, Mr. Mediker.
Man, I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, because he said he was spouting this conspiracy theory that Mediker invented. I'm like, hold up, while listening to it.
Which one was that?
When he said that, like, oh, the media companies, they're gonna wipe us, they're gonna censor us all out. They don't like the narrative that Trump is president, so it's against their narrative. They wanted Hillary, so they're gonna soon like wipe us out in the Biden administration. And it's like it's like this conspiracy. It's this whole conspiracy theory that like, oh yeah, big tech companies, they're 100% progressive. They're totally left wings. Nothing is more socialist than like powerful.
I mean, Mediker didn't invent that point of view.
No, but I'm saying I think. He mentioned how that's like one of the final things Mediker went before he became kind of silent recently. Was this conspiracy theory that he dropped? I mean, it's not an original conspiracy theory. No conspiracy theory is like too original nowadays. But I'm just saying the fact that he like 100% believes this conspiracy theory invented by a known reactionary. It says a lot about
for sure.
It says a lot about the guy.
Yeah, I mean it all fits. It all fits with with the portrait that I have built in my interior mind space. Hey, we got one more voicemail. Right. We got one more, and it's called Orwell Was Based. 3, 2, 1, go.
Animal Farm is more about how totalitarianism is bad rather than communism. After the animals overthrew the humans, which are, of course, an allegory for the bourgeois capitalists, they collectivize and have a pretty bomb-ass time. It's only after one of the pigs goes full dictators that things turn for the worse. I see how people can interpret the story as anti-communist, but I perceive it as being about how totalitarianism can sneak into any ideology. George Orwell was a democratic socialist. In his memoir, An Homage to Catalonia, he talks about how cool anarchism and collectivization are. I highly recommend you read it.
I've heard that Orwell... I don't know that much about Orwell, but I've heard that he went to Spain to kill fascists, but I also heard that he, like, snitched on communists.
That's interesting. I agree with this voicemail. It's something I kind of, like, figured out, where I was arguing with one of my friends, and they were trying to convince me that Stalin was a fascist, and I'm like, no, he was, like, a bunch of other things that you can associate a fascist with, but, like, his ideology wasn't like fascism like at all, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's,
to be honest, I don't really know that much about Stalinism in specific.
Yeah, me neither. I know a couple things around it, but the thing is like all fascism is like authoritarian, but not all authoritarians are like fascists, right? I think with fascists you need kind of like there's a couple of like key factors like like a return to glory, and you need like a scapegoat to blame everything on.
It's like, I mean, it's like, there are a bunch of things that fascism tends to be like, but it doesn't have to be any of them.
Because,
I
think that's also due to the fact that fascism wasn't, like, invented in the university. It was, like, invented in the streets. It's, like, almost pure emotional. So it's, like...
Isn't fascism, like, supposed to be the return to... like a state of things where people are on top and people are underneath, and that's just the way it is, and there's no like reason that gets to that, like it's just I think I watched a video by Vosh who talked about like politics 101 or something, and he explained like back in feudalism times or some peasantry medieval people was dumb, they couldn't read and write. People generally just believed that the kings were ordained by God, and that's just how it is, and there's no reason. And then there was the Age of Enlightenment or whatever, and then people were like, wait, we can think? Oh my god. And so like fascism tends to go back to an age where people didn't think about anything and they just said these specific people are on top just because, and these other people are subservient, and that's just how it should be. There's no logic, there's no reason, there's no like ideology that you could really point to that explains it, because they don't think in that way.
I think that does go hand in hand with what I mentioned about a return to former glory. Like Mussolini, we're returning back to Rome.
I mean,
Hitler.
Hierarchical thinking is just kind of the thing. It's just kind of the defining feature of like the right generally. Like that's what makes you like further right to a certain extent, is like how hierarchical, and fascism is a far right ideology. So it is also an extremely like, there's those at the top and those at the bottom, and those at the top are just there because they're
because they're there, and it always seems to be that the people who would benefit most from fascism are the ones who want it back.
At the top. I mean,
weird.
Capitalism is very hierarchical too.
Well, what I want to know is Dr. Eggman fascist?
He's like a tech.
I felt like a joke was coming.
He's like a techno-fascist.
Dr. Eggman imprisons animals in robots for some reason.
Because his robots are powered by the small animals.
Dr.
I feel like
Eggman's
this was
the
already
only
said,
human being in the world. I don't think there is politics.
Well, I think I don't know. Maybe his plan is like to return to a former glory or an imagined like time. I mean, he's authoritarian, that's for sure.
Like Eggman, like with Mario, right? Bowser steals Princess. Mario has motivation. Sonic rescues animals, but does Eggman just want to imprison animals? Is that the idea?
He wants a robot army.
He wants the Chaos Emeralds.
To kill who? There's no one else.
I
right?
think doesn't the Chaos Emeralds like?
He just wants power.
The Chaos Emeralds like can warp reality, right? Maybe he's trying to bring back all humans.
He imprisons in Sonic Adventure.
He imprisons the you're right. He imprisons the animals to make the robots to gain power, and he uses the robots to seek the Master Emeralds to gain even more power.
He just wants to take over the world.
He just wants to be the most powerful boy.
He's just pure. He's like a Doctor Doom type that just wants as much power as possible because he just thinks everything will be better under his rule.
Now I want to watch a Cybershell video about what is Eggman's ultimate plan.
Oh damn! Cybershell.
Like what if Eggman did it all? What would happen?
What if Eggman won? There's probably
Eggman had
an Archie.
all the Chaos Emeralds and he turned supersonic and his mustache went gold.
There's got to be a run of Sonic the Hedgehog comic books that is like, what if Eggman won? Like, it's impossible that there isn't one.
Probably,
like
but this question actually was already answered in Sonic CD. Because in Sonic CD, there's bad and good futures. So the bad future is basically when Eggman won.
Isn't the bad? It's just like a single frame of like the city on fire, right?
Isn't the first Sonic the bad future? Because Sonic is only one. Sonic is like the last.
Is there a fucking timeline?
Cybershell, what's the Sonic timeline? Please, I need a video.
He's probably working on it right now.
Hell yeah.
I think that the timeline goes Sonic 1 and then Sonic 2 and then Sonic 3 and then Knuckles.
And then Knuckles.
That's the timeline.
And then Knuckles 2 and then Knuckles 3.
Knuckles 3 and Tails is somewhere else. We don't talk about him.
He's having this Sky Adventure spin-off game.
Orwell, I think he was okay.
Orwell's that ends well.
Orwell's that ends well, baby. We did it. We finished the voicemails. Wait, let me refresh. What if we've gotten a new one? Oh my god, we got one. I'm gonna do it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm letting Darren the Red sneak one in at the last second.
You cheeky son of a bitch.
You fucker. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I have a very specific issue, and that's with TV remotes. Why are they not rechargeable? It makes no sense that they're not rechargeable.
TV remotes?
Unironically true, though. They're not.
What do you not know what a TV remote is?
No, I mean like the idea of it not being rechargeable. Like,
well, you switch batteries out from them.
Where
is
would
it
you
just
plug
to sell
it in?
batteries?
What?
Well, you just have a dock like on your like.
I don't know.
was thinking
I've
about
never.
that the other day.
I literally cannot even recall a single time I've needed to change the batteries on a TV remote.
Really?
They last for fucking 20 years.
I remember like so many times where I had to change the batteries. Well, I guess we also did the thing where like if one thing needed batteries, we'd switch it out of another product and put it in it.
We had like my dad had like all this like sound equipment. He had like a DVD player and a stereo and all these like other stereos and all these like and like the TV was hooked up to like a surround sound system and that had its own. So we had like 6 different remotes and like I only knew what like 1.5 of them did. So we had all these fucking remotes floating around and they were all needed occasionally. So yeah, batteries needed changing on the fairly regularly.
They're all needed occasionally, just like dough.
I think I agree. Yeah, like just make them rechargeable. Fuck batteries.
I guess I agree with it. It's just sort of something I've never thought would needed.
The only time I fuck with batteries is my wireless mouse. When my wireless mouse drains its single AA battery and I have to change it. And every time I do, I'm like, God, I can't fucking believe that a device that I uses AA batteries? Why? Why are we still doing this?
Yeah, everything should just be rechargeable nowadays.
Yeah, what the fuck, Nintendo?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Logitech? What the fuck company makes this mouse? I don't.
Batteries in 2020? Cringe.
They are cringe. We should have been done with them. But then again, capitalism should have solved many. It was supposed to solve most of our problems.
Once again,
it didn't fucking do it.
Once again, Cheesy was right. It was all capitalism. Oh no, the capitalism is choking Ben.
Capitalist is escaping from his pores.
Hey, I've got a joke. I've got a joke about pizza.
Yes,
sorry,
please.
it was too cheesy. Sorry.
So yeah, at Cheesy Manfredo on Twitter. Make sure you follow me. Got pre-orders for physical copies of Villainverse available.
Check out the Villainverse.
Actually,
check out the Villainverse.
Oh, actually, today's the last day to order the pre-orders. By the way,
if you're listening to this,
yeah. If you're listening to this, today is the last day. December 11th. Yeah, the last day to get your pre-orders.
Link in the down there.
If you don't think
the doobly-doo.
If you don't think I'm an annoying cunt, you should check out Villainverse.
And while you're at it, also check out youtube.com/Gamers Tavern Show and gamerstavern.com and on Twitter @Gamer Tavern.
Check these fuckers out, guys. And also go to speakpipe.com/PCB voicemail and patreon.com/The Procrastinators. Is that right? The Procrastinators?
You've asked that like the last 20 weeks.
It's just become habit now. I can't say it without asking the question.
Is that right? You're inviting the viewer to go and check and confirm.
The dementia is finally hitting Ben.
No, it's learning. It's called muscle memory because I'm so strong.
No, you don't learn when you have dementia, Ben. Actually, it's the opposite. You start forgetting things.
Patreon.com.com/. Oh no, I'm typing at 30 words per minute. I'm fucked. The Procrastinators. I got it. You know what? I'll never have to ask again because now I know.
Oh yeah.
Patreon.com/The Procrastinators. That's gonna do it.
All right.
For another fucking week.
All right, cool. So, if you like Cheesy Manfredo, make sure you go to the comments and talk shit about him.
Another 3 hour and 40-minute fucking podcast.
Hell
for
yeah.
free. We do it for free. We do it for free. We do it for free.
Do it for free. Ben Saint does it for free.
Well, I'm doing it for free. That's for sure.
I'm doing it for free. Also,
you two are doing it for exposure.
I mean, yeah. I unironically like this podcast. You know, been through it through thick and thin.
Imagine liking the PCP.
Oh, I think I actually had some beef with this podcast. Every podcast I get on, I have beef with them in a way. Ben fucking stole my lineup of guests. He stole my plan to create.
Lol.
He stole my plan to create ultimate controversy and clout. The plan was to have Merriweather and then Mallory, because with that combo, you know people are gonna get fucking mad because everyone thinks you're so cool because. Oh, LOL, you're friends with Merriweather? He's such a chill and cool guy. And then you bring in Mallory, and then those same people, like, turn on you.
Oh, she's so unlikable, and she's so self-righteous, self-important.
Right, exactly. Those assholes start showing up. And I was going to do that for my cast, but Merriweather didn't accept my friend request on Discord.
Keep splitting the audience. Just split it over and over and over until there's nothing left. I mean, that's how you run a fucking business.
I mean, that's fine.
That's some hot gas for you.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. I do have. I think I'm still gonna do that anyway. I'm still gonna do the Merriweather then Mallory, but I do have a guest after Mallory that will bring back more division in the cheesy cast fandom.
Good.
Yep.
That's what you want.
Yeah,
you want your audience to be fighting each other so they're not fighting.
Yeah, I'm gonna interview Stone Toss. That's the next guest.
Nah. Very good.
Nah.
All right, we should wrap up. This is fucking too long.
All right.
Good night. God bless. Godspeed. Good
Villainverse.
Goodbye.
See y'all later.
It's over.